What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Frisian Sports. Welcome to our annual uh, MLB All-Star Game live stream. Now, last year we sat here for the whole live stream. It was awesome, and we just talked about um, the All-Star Game, sports, and whatever else just came to mind. This is kind of a good thing because really, like we're just chilling here, watching the game. There's no real format. It's just whatever we want to talk about, and that's kind of cool. It's just kind of like it's like a sports fans hangout, I guess you could call this. Um, as
What's
always,
up, everyone? Welcome back to Frisian Sports.
whoa, you got
And
me
again.
again. I was editing, and then I forgot to close it. So yeah, Dawkins, what's up, man? As always, I'm joined by Miles Dawkins 24/7.
What
How
it
how
do,
are
y'all?
you, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Excited to watch, some baseball. I was really into it, when baseball first came out, and then of course MLB The Show came out. So I was into it. I was into it heavy, but I don't know, man. Kind of died off. I've been keeping up with the standings because the two teams in my area, the A's and the Giants, been doing good, man. But I'm
Good.
excited for football, man. Football's around the corner. Training camp's about to start. You know what I mean? So it's really a fun time to be a sports fan. We had everything going on with the NBA last week. People still signing and stuff like that. Of course, my main man Derek Jeter, the only Yankee ever that I ever liked. Only Yankee that I've ever liked,
Yeah,
Derek Jeter, his
yeah.
last All-Star game.
You couldn't boo him. Like even when he came to Oakland, you
Exactly.
couldn't
You
boo him.
couldn't. You couldn't. You know what I mean? For as many times as I rooted for Jason Giambi, as soon as he changed teams, as soon as he went to Yankees, I was never a fan of his again. You know what I mean? I'm always, for the AL, I'm always A's first because that's my hometown team. But for a team that contended, it was always like the Red Sox. So it was easy to always hate the Yankees, except for Mariano Rivera. Like I never disliked him either. You know what I mean? Never disliked him. It was everybody else outside of Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera. But I'm excited to see his last All Star game. I want to see if he can go like Cal Ripken and maybe hit a home run. This park is pretty big. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it, but it's gonna be fun to see.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome to see. You're right, man. Football is definitely on the mind, and we have some stuff to talk about that, and we also, like you mentioned, um, we have to talk about the NBA contracts.
Gotcha.
Jeez, I mean, we'll get into that. But yeah, this is the home run derby last night. We'll definitely get into that as well. But that was awesome to watch. It kind of made me remember. It's weird because the home run derby really shows you athletes. You don't see a lot of athletes in baseball. Um,
Yeah.
but you got to see great athletes there. So yeah, this should be a good game. Man, I really hope he doesn't go like 0 for 4 or something.
Well, he might at best he probably only get like two at bats at best. So unless you think they're gonna leave him in for like the whole game, I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I mean, if he asked, I'm sure they'd do it and stuff. You know. But okay, so who do you think is going to win this, man? Obviously, bragging rights are on the line as well as home field advantage. Do you got the AL or do you got the NL?
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I feel like the NL right now, the NL has better pitching. You know what I mean? And again, the All Star game, is the exhibition, but I always say that the MLB All Star game is the closest exhibition game that you can get to real life baseball.
Mm.
Football, they give half effort. Basketball is really, an offensive showcase, no defense. In hockey, there's no checking and stuff like that. But baseball, you have everything except for maybe pitching inside. They try to keep it outside most of the time. But I still feel like the NL right now probably has the better team. I know that the AL has a lot of power, and a lot of power. Gonna come up to the plate tonight for the AL. But if I had to pick, I'm gonna go with the NL. Even though I probably want the AL to win, just in case if the A's do something good this season, maybe get to the World Series that they have home field, and I might go up to the Coliseum just to see what's popping and stuff
Oh.
like that. But I don't know. I mean, I really don't care. I just really I want to see I just really want to see a good game. But at the end of the day, if I had to pick, probably the NL. I like their pitching. I mean, freaking Kershaw is gonna be like the second pitcher out. You know what I mean? And he's probably the best pitcher in the game today.
It's crazy. That's
It's crazy,
crazy.
right? Like, so I don't know. I'm excited to see the game. It's a beautiful ballpark too. Where's the Target Field or whatever? Yeah, Target Field is beautiful. You know what I mean? So I'm just excited to see a game.
Yeah. I went to Target Field last year, or maybe it was last year when my brother graduated. And that park, like you said, is just beautiful. Um, and I was thinking about going up there today. Well, this like I was looking at tickets last week, and they were like $300. So I was like, not doing that. But it would be
Mhm.
cool to go to an All-Star game at one point, I guess. But yeah, man. I'm gonna you went with the NL. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to go with the AL, man. You
for
know,
sure.
I can't go against my A's. They're representing strong in the All Star game this year, which I like. I like that, but I want to know who's voting for him too. Like I'd love to know because let's be honest, like it was just a year ago and no one even voted for these guys. Now all of a sudden they're getting votes. So it's cool that baseball fans are kind of aware of what's going on in their surroundings. But I would love to know who's voting for these guys because I mean, you and I both know that a lot of fans in Oakland are more like sheep. If you do good, they're
Yeah.
gonna show up, but if you don't, they're gonna stay at home. So, but they're doing good, so maybe they're voting. But you know,
Yeah, I mean, definitely whenever a team is in first place, and the A's had the best record or still do have the best record in whole majors, so you're gonna get people there. You know what I mean? But the A's, they had a very good team last year at the All Star break, and like you said, they didn't get this much attention. But whenever you're winning, it's gonna make people vote for your team and players on your team.
yep, for sure, for sure. Well, thanks everyone for showing up. And again, if you guys have any topics that you want us to talk about, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. We're gonna be here for the whole game. We did this last year, 3+ hours of just talking sports. Like I mentioned, we're gonna definitely get into the home run derby at some point. Um, we gotta talk. Man, I am so juiced to talk about the NBA. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm pissed at LeBron. I'm pissed at Wade. I'm pissed at Bosh. We're gonna get into those three knuckleheads. Um, yeah, 2 years? Like Jake, what are you doing? Whatever. We'll get into that.
I know what they doing, but yeah, we can say that
Yeah,
for
I
later.
mean we know, but it just makes us mad. Like, don't you? Are you mad a little bit?
No, because no, I'm not. And I know we're gonna get to NBA later, but
He was who we thought he was.
not necessarily. To me, if you're talking about financial, how could you be mad at Carmelo for agreeing to $120 million? Like really, like how could you be mad at him? Yes, as a sports fan, I would like to see him win. I would like to see him win. You know what I mean? But if he doesn't win, then that's on him. He chose to re-sign with the Knicks. And who's to say that the Knicks won't have the best team in the NBA? Maybe not this upcoming season, but maybe 2015, 2016. You know what I mean? 2, 3 years down the road, who's to say that this team won't have the best team? You know what I mean? Phil Jackson, I believe he could put a team together.
True.
Um, so who could really be mad at him? So with the whole contract situation, I know we can get into it, but there's a purpose to why they're only taking 2-year deals.
Yeah, yeah. We'll definitely get into it.
Yeah.
Who are you most looking forward to seeing in this All Star game? Who's starting?
I mean, for who's starting, I mean, Derek Jeter,
Yeah,
just because it's his last one, you know what I mean. And again, he's one of the few players who's been a Yankee that I've rooted for my whole life. You know what I mean. Even though I've never really liked the Yankees, I've always liked Derek Jeter. You know what I mean. So at the end of the day, I would have to go with him. You know what I mean. I want to see what Cespedes can do. You know what I mean. I just want to see a good game. You know what I mean. I want to
yeah.
see the big boss, my man Ross, representing those A's. you know. So, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I just want to see a good game. But if I had to pick, definitely Derek Jeter. I want to see what he can do in his last one. Because it was cool watching, Cal Ripken hit a home run in his last ever All Star game.
Right.
That was crazy. You
That was
know what I
awesome.
mean? Like you put that in a Hollywood story, they probably throw it out the window. But Derek Jeter can do something like that. Maybe he hits a double, like that would be dope. Maybe he has a web gem or something that would be dope. So I hope Derek Jeter has a solid game. I don't want him to go out, with like no hits or nothing like that.
Yeah. Yeah, true. But if he does, it's not really going to tarnish things.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh
like a
yeah.
good feeling, kind of, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Yeah, it'll just be a good feeling. The person that I'm most excited to see, that I hope has a good game because he didn't have that good of a game, in the home run derby is Stanton. I really want him to get like 2 home runs and like 2 at bats or something. Like that would be awesome. Like he's probably somebody. I mean, obviously as a baseball fan, you know him. Like you know that he has power. But
Yeah.
who really watches Marlins games? But last night was amazing. Like the shots he was doing, like man, I don't know if it was Chris Berman and his voice, but it got me hyped. And like, and I don't know what it was, man, but I'm really excited to see him. Like you mentioned, Derek Jeter. It's going to be exciting to see him as well. Um, Josh Donaldson. It'll be cool to see him.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that he's probably going to go like 0 for 3 or 0 for 2 because he's not very good. But it'd be cool to see
Possibly.
him out there. I'm not hating. I'm just saying, when you're batting like 239, you don't really belong here.
Wow.
I
Wow.
mean, he is. He's batting 239. Like, what is he
Maybe
doing?
he made it because of his glove and because his team is in first place.
That's yeah. I mean, that's really why he made it.
I
All
mean,
right.
cause if the A's were in last place, he probably wouldn't want to make it. Or if they were like in third place, he probably wouldn't make it because of his average. But he had a decent, first couple of months of the season though.
Yeah. Um, as you look at this lineup here, who are you surprised to see in there? Obviously, 3 Brewers in the starting lineup is kind of a surprise for the NL.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think anybody's really a surprise. Maybe Utley, but he's having a decent year. You know what I mean? But that's really it. Because to me, most of the superstars in this league, are on the AL. You know what I mean? I think the AL just has bigger names. I think maybe right now there's better players, like maybe overall players is better in the NL. But I think the as far as household names, I think more of them are in the AL.
Yeah. Well, one guy that I'm kind of surprised to see in the All Star game, and it's a good thing, but Aramis Ramirez, because I mean, obviously the last couple of years he's been a steady Eddie, and which is surprising because the Cubs got rid of him because they thought that he was at the end of his career. You can argue, but he's kind of been that steady Eddie, and this year he got the All Star star, which is well deserved. But he's old though, like he's an older player, so it's cool to see him do it. I don't know how many more All Star games he has in him, but it's cool
Right.
to see him in the starting lineup. And then Carlos Gomez as well. It'll be cool to see him. Lucroy, and yes, I'm only mentioning Brewers, and everyone else I could care less about. You know, just being honest here. All right, the AL All Star defense, man. I mean,
Like, I mean, you just got names out there. Except
yeah,
for if you
really.
look at it, except for like Donaldson and Perez. You know what I mean? Like
Perez.
everybody else is like a household name. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, again, I'm excited for it. I want to see if Donaldson could do something.
Something.
Represent
Just
the
do
A's. You know
something.
what I mean? Represent the A's well.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. And like you said, like it's weird that you mentioned the names there because
Yeah.
that's so true. And I think that in other sports there are names, but like you said, you know they're not going to try as hard. And here the illusion, even if they don't try as hard, the illusion is there that they are trying hard.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because there's a pitch, there's a hit, there's fielding.
Yeah.
But
Exactly. Exactly.
uh, did you watch the while we're watching McCutcheon here? Did you watch the celebrity game here? Ooh, what a
There go
play!
Derek. There go Derek, baby.
Oh, you got to call that out.
Ah.
Even if it's safe, you got to call it out. Just 'cause, man. But did you watch the celebrity game?
Nah, I never do.
It was actually kind of entertaining. Like it was much more entertaining than other celebrity games that I've seen. And
Oh,
it could
really?
just be because it's like, again, that illusion. Well, it was kind of dumb. I mean, mostly it was fun because you got to see like Larry Fitzgerald, drop passes and stuff, like fly
Right.
balls and Adrian Peterson fall over and stuff. So it was kind of cool to see that. And then you got to see obviously actors and stuff, but it was yeah, it was definitely entertaining. But what's
Yeah.
surprising for me is that like the whole stadium was sold out. Like I wouldn't pay to go see that. You know, maybe.
Yeah, I hope it was like a package deal. But again, if you have Adrian Peterson and it isn't Minnesota, you know what I mean? I
Oh,
could
yeah.
see people wanting to, maybe not pay top dollar, but the tickets weren't that expensive. I can see people spending money on that.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Man, Yasiel Puig. What do you think about him, man? Do you like his kind of reckless, childish attitude, or do you think that or do you not really care as long as he produces?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Dodger fan, I mean, you might care, but he's young. Like me and you are kind of older. You know what I mean? We're
We
past
are old, man.
25. You know what I mean? So it's like we're definitely older. So he's still a young guy. He's not from this country. You know what I mean? He definitely has a I'm a star athlete persona. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, uh, does it bother me? Not necessarily, as long as he produces. Now, his childish acts on the field, those bother me. You know what I mean? Those bother me. You know what I mean? When like he's diving recklessly, for a ball that he knows he can't get. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. But
It costs his team, kind of.
exactly, he costs his team. So that stuff I don't like. A $7.50 for a beer, I don't like. But
Right? Who
but
would do that?
I wouldn't play that ever. But anyways, he is a very talented player. He's young. He's gonna be a star in the league. You know what I mean? If not already, I think he's gonna be one of the biggest stars in the league. You know what I mean? As long as he plays on the contender, and he's very talented. As long as he can keep his childish Lance Stevenson act that's just off the field, but
Ooh,
whatever he feels like. Whatever he feels like doing off the field, I don't have a problem with. I'm not going to judge him. It's not my place to judge him. But when you hurt your team on the field, I have a real problem with that.
yeah, yeah, I can see that. So you're not one of those guys that thinks that like off-field issues, speeding tickets and all this other stuff that Puig has been involved in. You don't think that really matters as long as he can get his game on the field together.
Yeah, I mean, speeding tickets don't bother me because I mean, I don't know who hasn't really gotten a speeding ticket. You know what I mean? So, but as far as like DWIs or doing drugs and stuff like that, I have a problem with that. But I would have a problem with anybody doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna hold this guy, too harshly for getting a speeding ticket. You know what I mean? When I know people personally who've gotten speeding tickets and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, as long as you don't hurt your team and you're not breaking, like serious laws out there, I mean, nobody should get speeding tickets, but it happens from time to time. But at the end of the day, as long as you got, your head on your shoulders and you ain't hurting your team, and you're not getting suspended for doing stupid stuff, I really don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, for sure. Um, as Troy Tulowitzki comes up to the plate. You know what's funny when I was watching this guy in the home run derby last night is they kept on saying, "Wow, this guy is breaking the mold of shortstops." Do they forget about A-Rod? Like, A-Rod broke the mold for shortstops. Like before him, shortstops were known as you know, on base type of players, good fielders and stuff, but they didn't have power. You could argue. I mean, but it's like A-Rod broke that, and you could even argue like Derek Jeter in a way, and Nomar Garciaparra and stuff. But
Well, no, I think people like Nomar and Derek Jeter a lot more than they like Alex Rodriguez. And then with everything that's happened to Alex Rodriguez,
who
later
bro?
on,
Donaldson.
yeah, he dropped it.
Ah, what a disgrace.
I don't like A-Rod. So when I think of A-Rod, I don't think of the great baseball player that he was. I think of all the scandals and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like that's what I think of. So I mean, did A-Rod, hit for power and stuff like that? Maybe he was the first shortstop to ever really hit for power. So yeah, Tulowitzki, he's in that same type of mold. But when I think of late '90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s shortstops, I'm thinking Derek Jeter and I'm thinking Nomar Garciaparra. You know what I mean? Because
Really? You're not thinking about A-Rod?
not thinking about A-Rod, because whenever I think of him on the Mariners, I think of Ken Griffey and I think of Randy Johnson. When I think of him as a Texas Ranger, I think about that huge contract he got. You know what I mean? 57 home runs, but the MVP year that's being accused of taking performance enhancing drugs during that time. So there's like an asterisk over that. And then for the Yankees, he didn't play shortstop. He was a third baseman. So I can see where people are coming from, but you also have to take it with a grain of salt because a lot of people dislike A-Rod.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we got some comments here. Blew up my phone here. Hayato Kanzaki, what's up, my friend? So he says, what, live streaming on my day off? Yeah, you damn straight, man. We did it just for you, my friend. And then he also said, Miles, you talking about DJ Strawberry? And no, he's not. All right. But yeah, hey, again, if you guys are interested in joining the hangout, just let us know, and we'll gladly add you in here. Again, we're going to be here for the whole 3 hours. So if you ain't got nothing else to do, if you're chilling watching the game, definitely chill with us, talk sports, stuff like that. I can kind of see where you're coming from because it was weird. And right now we're talking about Alex Rodriguez and the mold of shortstops, I guess. Because I'm not gonna lie, like this past week I've just been glued to like Fox Sports 1 because they keep doing those All-Star games and stuff, like old All-Star games.
Yeah.
And I'm just loving them, like I'm like, oh, look at Griffey, and I'm like, oh my gosh, the players that made me the most excited were the players that I knew oh, this is beautiful, that I know didn't cheat, and it's like those are the players that made me excited, like Griffey and Randy Johnson. But then like when I saw Mark McGwire out there, I was like, I wonder if he had steroids in him when he made this All-Star game, And you also and the one that I was watching today was like Rafael Palmeiro.
Feeling this commercial right here. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm feeling this commercial. I'm getting chills right here with this commercial.
I know he's good.
I don't mean to cut you off though, but it's a dope commercial right here.
Yeah, this is awesome. Oh, Melo? Oh God.
even Red Sox fans got a salute. That's right. Phil Jackson though.
Oh damn.
Jay.
Over.
Jordan. That was green screen. Jordan ain't got time to be in New York for nothing.
Yeah.
That was green screen. That was dope though.
Yeah. As Derek Jeter is just about to come on the field here. Man. Is he the best shortstop to ever play?
Possibly. You know what I mean? I mean, at this time, there's only 2 players in MLB history to play in the last All-Star game and have more hits than him, and I believe it's Hank Aaron and Pete Rose. I believe it was the 2 names. So, I mean, as a shortstop, he's first in my book. You know what I mean? He has the championships. You know what I mean? It's Derek Jeter, you know what I mean? Mr. Captain, it's Mr. November, you know what I mean? Like, it's Derek Jeter. I'll never forget that play that he had in Oakland. Those 2 plays, one I believe was versus Oakland, the other one was in Oakland. When he cut off the throw home, and he kind of like pitched it home to get the guy out. And then of course the one when he went flying into the bleachers and messed up his face, you know what I mean? With the fly ball, like those plays will always be in my mind when it comes to Derek Jeter. So to me, he is the greatest shortstop ever.
Yeah. His way that he played the game.
Will to win, yeah.
His will to win. It's like, I hate to say that, but it really is because, like you said, he just played the game right. I mean, yes, he had those some issues off the field, but on the field he was a leader and he inspired so many kids to join the game. And you really look back at that generation. His generation is the steroid generation.
Yeah.
And for having someone say, like, be that guy that who was like, who you could say was the elite at his position during the steroid era, is amazing. So yeah, Derek Jeter, much respect. I like that, Jordan. How much you paid to get that back there? So it's cool. You know, it's definitely good to say that there's at least someone that we know did it right. You know, and
Yeah, no, definitely.
in that generation. But man, as Derek Jeter is joining is joining the ranks here. Oh,
Nice. Get on
nice.
base.
This is
Is
what we
it
want.
double? Is it double? Yeah, son. That's what I wanted to see right there.
Nice. You know, whenever I see his dad, it always surprises me.
Yeah.
Good old Derek, man. Great swing. But yeah, like I said, like I was saying, we got a lot more stuff to talk about. We're gonna talk about the home run derby. We're gonna touch on the NBA contracts, and we're also gonna get in the NFL, and really just basically like whatever we want to talk about, you know, because we are here
Yeah.
for 3 hours. So as I like to stress, for the longest time.
Uh,
What do you think about Mike Trout, man?
Best young player in the game today, if not the best player in the game. You know what I mean? He hits for average. He hits for power. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's just one of the best players, if not the best player in the game today, in my opinion.
Yep. I sorry. Yeah, I
No, you good.
no yeah, best young player in the game. I wouldn't go as far as to say best player in the game. I mean, he has all the intangibles. Um, I but I can't put him above Miguel Cabrera just because of the fact that there's more scout. I mean, again, I'm just pulling things out of my butt, but I assume that there's more scouting reports out there for Miguel Cabrera, and people still respect him. I think more as a hitter than they do at Mike Trout. So he has less to deal with, I guess. But
Yeah,
again,
but I mean, I think that has more so to do with at the plate. You know what I mean? So hitting wise, I would definitely go with Cabrera, but all around game, I gotta give it to Trout. You know what I mean? And again, if not right now, then he's definitely. I think he definitely has the potential to be the best player in the game. But I think that he brings more to the table than a Miguel Cabrera.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, more stolen bases.
Hmm.
All right. So sorry, Hayato. We're reading comments. I promise. And he just commented, Mike Trout is a beast. Yes,
Yeah.
yes he is. Yes he is. Is there anyone out there? Well, do you think that? I mean, if you look at and I'm not sure if this is right, and I could be extremely wrong about this, but if you look at the younger generation, like the Mike Trouts, and the Harpers and stuff like that, is there a new generation of baseball players that do everything right and aren't good at one thing? And
Uh
having said that, oh no,
oh. Uh oh.
whew,
Is it a young player who like does it all like talking about, like on the field or off the field or like what?
like both, and also like a genuine athlete, because again, Miguel Cabrera, he's a monster, but no one would say that he's like he's an amazing athlete.
Yeah, he
Prince
ain't running on
Fielder,
those bases anytime soon.
yeah, like Prince Fielder. I mean, we all saw. I mean, I don't know why they chose him for the body issue, but he is there, and there are like a lot of other players that they would say aren't great athletes, but then you see these young guys, and you can even throw Puig in there, and even Cespedes, like these guys are genuine athletes,
Yeah.
So I think that there's like the new generation is more athletic, more all around game type of players.
Is well, yeah, because if you think about, because even like a Robinson Cano looks like an athlete, you know what I mean? Cespedes looks like an athlete, John Carlos Stanton, he looks like an athlete, you know what I mean? Trout. Um, even and you can even throw in guys like maybe like a Bryce Harper. You know, he's not playing that well by no means of the stretch, but you know he is like an athlete. You know, he's an athletic guy. So I just think that if you look at sports in general, everybody's getting quicker, faster over time. You know what I mean? Everybody's a lot stronger than they used to be coming up. You know what I mean? Because if you take a guy like, Babe Ruth, he wasn't, in shape. He was a chunky dude. Hank Aaron was pretty skinny, you know what I mean? But those guys, were leading the leagues and home runs for the longest time. But I think this in today's world, you got a lot of people that focus on one sport, and because they focus on that one sport, it gives them more time to train their body and stuff like that. Because it would be pretty hard to throw a football player into the NBA and think that they could produce, and vice versa. It would be pretty hard to think of a basketball player that could dominate the NFL outside of like a guy like LeBron James, who's like an athletic freak. But a lot of these guys, they play their sport, and instead of going to another sport like we did when we was kids, it was either we were playing football, then we move on to basketball or run track or whatever it was. Nowadays, you have kids that just play their sport, and then the rest of the time they're working out and they're training and stuff like that. So you get these guys that come into their sport as just athletic freaks, very well in shape, can hit for power if we're talking about baseball and stuff like that. Because if you think of that was a horrible pitch to swing at too, bruh. Horrible. Anyways, though, my goodness. But anyways, just thinking of flat out athletes. Jadeveon Clowney at what 250, 260 plus pounds ran a
Yeah.
4.5 40. You know what I mean? So it's like these guys are just tremendous athletes, and today you see it, except for this guy right here.
He's all right. He ain't bad.
Yeah, I though. Yeah, I though.
Yeah. Again, Hayato, man, we should just invite you here. You're writing comments faster than I can get them, man. This is craziness. Yeah. So let me know, Hayato, if you want to join the hangout. Just write a comment or whatever. And then I can send you the link on Facebook or something. And then you can definitely come in here because, like I said, man, you're writing comments, which is awesome, but you're writing them so fast. Just,
We just take them one by one if you want to. Is that gone? Oh, Cabrera went deep.
Ooh.
Like I said, man, the AL with the hitting, man, with the hitting, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
It is. It is, man.
They
It
got
is.
so much power over there.
So much power. I mean, again, when you have Cano, Cabrera, I mean, you can just go all the way down the line, and it's just like star, 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 Mike Trout. It's like that. This is amazing,
Yeah, no, it really is.
Two of hitters. Jeez, man. 3-0 AL.
Yeah, man.
Looking good so far. Did I picked the AL, right? Didn't I?
Yes, you did. Yes, I'm going for the NL. 'Cause I thought that the pitching would hold up, but right now I ain't looking too good.
It ain't looking so good right
Maybe Kershaw should have got the start, man.
now. I was about to say something like that, actually.
mean,
That's funny.
That dude is just dominating. I know he was hurt for like the first month first month of the season, but like he's been dominating, yo. I don't know how he just not the starter.
Right.
It wasn't my place to choose, so whatever.
Sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second here. Just fixing something. Right? All right. So he has commented. I'm only typing as fast as you're switching topics. Right? I know. One topic to the next, man. I'm sorry. It's just how it works.
Just how it is, my friend.
It's how it is. What do you think's going through the mind of Wainwright right now? He got picked to start the game. He's given up 3 runs in the first, only 1 out. Like, do you have that desire to kind of strike people out? Or you're now like, okay, you know what? Let's take this as a real game. Or you're still kind of like, whatever. Like, what's his mindset now?
Man, I think I'm gonna be honest. I think with when Derek Jeter came up, it was definitely whatever. You know what I mean? But I don't know. With the rest, I mean, he better wake up. You know what I mean? but he did strike out Batista right there. But again, you're going up against the AL best. You know what I mean? So it's like there ain't gonna be any breaks in the lineup until like Donaldson comes up. So you know what I mean? So he better get his head on straight because they have nothing but power guys in the AL, really.
That's true. Gosh, that's true. Until Donaldson.
Yeah, until Donaldson comes up.
Oh
Baby.
man, we were ragging on him. It's not even that we think he's bad.
Yeah, he's definitely not bad.
He's definitely not bad. He's just having not the best year, but he's definitely a great player. He's great to build around. All right, they got out of the inning. Nice. So that's awesome. Build around. Derek Jeter. Unbelievable. All right, and again, if you guys have anything that you want to talk about, feel free to post them down below in the comments. And again, if you guys are interested in joining the hangout, just let us know with a comment saying, "Hey, man, invite me," and we'll gladly bring you in here. Within reason. Obviously, coming here, start cursing and then being obnoxious, then we're gonna have to get rid of you and let you go. But other than that. Should be okay. I don't know if we have the same commercials, but that quesarito, it's probably the worst item that Taco Bell has ever created.
Yeah, I never tried it before, but we do have the same commercials. But yeah, I have no desire because matter of fact, we got Taco Bell last night, and ain't nobody even like that was not on nobody's brain. Oh, I'm gonna try the new quesarito. Like no, I'm not trying that crap.
It's pronounced Gordon.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Man, commercials. You gotta love them. Like you hate them, but you gotta love them. Like everyone knows them. It's what brings us together as Americans.
Man, it's what brings my little pennies coming off of YouTube.
Right. We love commercials, man.
Yeah.
We absolutely love them. All right. Let's see here. All right, Hayato, I'm gonna invite you here. Just 1 second. All right, Hayato, I just sent you the invite on your Facebook page. So let me know if you get that, and we'll be waiting. But Dawkins, do you want to talk about the World Cup, man, a little bit?
Yeah, man, wifey's happy, yo.
Really? Was she going for Germany? Well,
She's going
obviously,
for Germany.
a little biased, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, she always has two teams going in, but she's always loved these two teams. And like she just picked two random teams or whatever. She was going for Italy. I was going for Italy too because of Bellotelli. You know what I mean? But they got they got that early exit, so it was instantly on to Germany. You know what I mean? No, a lot of people in this country were going for the United States when they were taking on Germany. She was going hard for Germany the whole time. So she is ecstatic that they won, in the fashion that they did. We were both nervous, more so for the Brazil game, you know what I mean, and then that turned out to be a blowout. So so when Argentina came up, we're like, outside of Messi, they don't have anybody that like scared, us rooting for Germany for that game. You know what I mean? We kind of figured going in that Germany was gonna have possession a lot. And that's what happened. I felt like, Argentina was going to be focused more so on defense and stuff like that and just take their chances on whenever they can find them. And that's kind of what happened. And then, Germany, got that one break with the guy that they substituted in, and that was all she wrote. You know what I mean? And it was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy to me how Messi got like the player of the whole tournament, and like he didn't even show up for that last game.
Didn't
But
even show up.
he didn't even show up for the last game. You know what I mean? But again, to me, just as a casual, and I mean casual to the biggest sense of casuality, if that's even a word. You know what I mean? I am a casual soccer fan at best, but I don't think this should hurt Messi's reputation. I still feel like he's the one of, you know what I mean? He's failed to give his country a World Cup, which I feel like is gonna hurt him. But Argentina, to me, is a solid team, but they didn't look like the best team. To me, Germany was clearly the best team. And somebody made a great point, and and you could take this for what ever it is. But somebody was like, well, should losing to the Spurs in this NBA Finals hurt LeBron James' legacy because the Spurs this was a superior team, and that kind of made sense to me. But as somebody who's a bigger basketball fan, to me it still hurts LeBron James because he's the best player in the world. You know what I mean? His first Finals versus the Spurs, I could be like, you know what, I can let that one go because the Cavs were so far overmatched. You know what I mean? But Argentina this time around was very, overmatched. Germany was a freaking powerhouse coming in, especially after scoring like 7 goals versus Brazil. You know what I mean? So if you're a diehard Argentina fan, diehard Messi fan, I think it does hurt Messi, for not even showing up, really, for not producing. But Germany was just the better team, and you could tell the first 15 minutes, you could tell because Germany had possession, Germany had all the attacks. Argentina was playing back on their heels the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, Brazil sucks, man, and it's so and it sucks to say that because they're ranked so high, like in the FIFA rankings and stuff, but they're terrible, and
Yeah,
it's just like it's really. I mean, it goes back to this whole thing that we were talking about a little bit about like the chemistry, like you can put LeBron, D Wade, Chris Bosh, and freaking add two Joe Schmoes out there and they're not going to win, because there's no chemistry. But
right.
and you really saw it there because you have these elite players. Oh, Cespedes. You have these elite players, and they're all so good, but they're all good on their club teams where they have practices, where they have coaches like who know the best systems and stuff like that, and they've been doing it for a long time. And then you go and then you go home and you play on your national team, and it's completely different you
Yeah,
know. So I think that some of that had to play had to go into why Brazil was so bad, but
yeah,
man, I mean, again, like you said, I don't understand how Messi got the best player award. He is the best player, but he didn't play the best in the tournament, and then I think that it should have gone probably to Thomas Mueller. He definitely, I think, played a little bit better than than Messi did during the tournament, or also
yeah,
like Manuel Neuer, the goalie for Germany. He didn't do that much, but when he did, like the fact that he played amazing the whole tournament. Um, he made the saves when he needed to make the saves. So it would have been cool to see him do it.
yeah. That's true.
But yeah, man, got to wait another 4 years.
Exactly, man. So, of course, the number one question is did the World Cup help U.S. soccer?
Ah, no, it
Thank
didn't.
you, thank you.
I
Wait a minute,
mean,
could y'all hear me?
ooh. Oh, Ramirez.
Nice.
Could y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
What's up,
yeah.
man?
Okay, I had on the wrong headset. My fault.
Yeah, we good. Welcome to the stream, man. It's great to have you in here.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
man.
are hiding out from the cops, my friend. um, Utley, what a great player, man! Like last year, he was hurt a lot, and then the Phillies kind of hurt, kind of didn't play as well. But you really saw how important he was to that team, and
Hmm.
They
and
haven't been
really
good
like
since. Oh, I'm sorry,
how.
go.
No, go ahead. And how
Uh,
unimportant Howard was to that team. So
I was gonna say they haven't been that good since Jason Worth left and went to the Nationals.
Yeah,
yeah.
and he got paid in that country. Everybody thought he was crazy, but he got paid. What was it,
Yeah, we saw just
128
how important
million?
he was. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Is he really doing that good for the Nationals? Because I just think that time hurt the Phillies. I think everybody's gotten older, everybody's gotten slower. I thought for the longest time that Rollins was going to be gone, and he's still there. You know what I mean? I mean, to me, his clock has been winding down for the longest, and he's still there. So I just think the Phillies have gotten old, and they haven't really transitioned to getting new players, new younger players to come in and fill those roles.
That's
Yeah.
true.
They kind of missed the ball when they got Roy Halladay and didn't
Yeah,
do that well. That
Mm.
was their window right there.
true, true. Uh, so do you guys think the Brewers are gonna win the whole thing this year?
Heck
Playing
no.
amazing.
They
Heck
might
no.
get deep in the playoffs, but I don't know about the whole thing. It's a bit extreme, isn't it?
I mean,
Oh
they've
no,
been
it's very extreme. It's very
it's
extreme.
very extreme. It's not that extreme. They've been
It's,
playing really well. I mean, recently not very well, but
I mean, the NL Central has kind of had a down year though. What did you say?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yes, in a sense that like you don't have like the Cardinals pulling away with it, you know.
Right.
They're in
And
third place, right?
yeah. Oh, who? The Cardinals?
Yeah. Already in second.
I think they're tied with the Brewers for first.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Well, maybe not. Maybe they're in second, like one game difference. And I know that the Cubs are in last.
Oh, as always.
That's always like freaking Cubs. That's so bad.
And
Yeah,
they're
no.
starting over yet again, like they're gonna do something.
I know. Really.
Like how many times have you started over in the last decade? Come on now.
What do the Cubs need to do to start winning? Like, what do you
Sign a
think?
big free agent.
Is that what they need though? A big free agent
Yeah, and just build around him or whoever that may be.
like Cespedes next year?
It could
Maybe.
happen.
But the thing is
Um,
that somebody needs to want to play there. I don't know if anybody would want to play for the Cubs. They might get that Cubs curse.
What? But the history, man. You wouldn't play there?
I would play it just to try
I
to.
would.
I would just to try to turn it around and be like the
Yeah,
main
I
piece in to turn it around.
Yeah, I want to be the. I would do it for the to be the face of the Cubs, but I don't know. It's just something. It's just something about playing for bad places. It's kind of like no, I'm saying it's kind of like when like let's take the Raiders for instance. Like remember when Randy Moss went there and everyone thought he was gonna do big and he had nothing but down years. Yeah, like
That's true, but it's two different things. It's two different things. Moss Moss was chasing the money. You know what I mean?
so you
That
say you just tanked it. You just said screw
no,
it.
no, no, no. I think no. He because remember he went to the Raiders before he went to the Patriots, so he
Yeah.
clearly still had talent. So Al Davis clearly made the right decision in bringing him in. They haven't been able to find a quarterback since Rich Gannon retired. Since Gannon has been gone, the Raiders have not had found a quarterback to save their life. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest issue. Randy Moss knew that they couldn't get him the ball. So yeah, I feel like he did not play his hardest for the Raiders.
Who
You know
was
what
their
I mean?
quarterback at that time? Like Andrew
And-
Walter or somebody?
No, yeah. He played a couple of games for them, but the main guy was Kerry Collins. You
Oh
know what I
yeah,
mean? Then
yeah.
Karen Collins got hurt. You know because
Everybody hated that guy.
yeah, I mean Kerry Collins been a
No,
producer.
I was at a Raiders game. I kid you not. Like everybody was booing the heck out of Kerry Collins. Like I think I went to a Broncos and Raiders game, and the Broncos was just whipping them. Like Mike Anderson was just running all over their defense. But I kid you not, man. Like he played so bad to the point that like Raiders fans started fighting themselves. Like it was hilarious.
Oh damn.
Yeah, like like two Raiders fans were just like fighting in the stands, and then the police got involved, and then they started swinging at the fans that were fighting. But anyways, like yeah, Kerry Collins sucked.
Speaking of the Central, it seems like we got a couple Pirates. Um, well, we had the Brewer guy and then Gomez. Now we got McCutcheon. Do you guys think the Pirates are going to make a run, or?
I do.
All
I
depends
do.
on if Marte heats up, man. It's like he's been inconsistent for me.
What about Alvarez? Is Alvarez hot? He didn't play well at all last year or earlier in the year. I don't know how he's doing now, but
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
have
been
no
following
idea.
him.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, me neither. Me
Like
neither.
the guys, if I'm thinking about the Pirates, the guys that I follow is McCutcheon and Marte for some reason. I don't know because those are the players that were like good last year for the playoff run or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go for the Central. We got Milwaukee in first, and then St. Louis, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and then Chicago, obviously at the bottom.
Wait,
Um,
Cincinnati's in the middle? How the heck did that happen?
dude, they've been getting hot. They have been getting hot. So who do you guys think is gonna win the NL Central then?
It's a toss-up between Cincinnati, the Brewers, and the Cardinals. That's
You really? You don't
that's
think Pittsburgh is gonna sneak in?
Are they in last right
maybe.
now?
No, they're in second to last.
No second. I mean, I picked Pittsburgh. I believe I picked Pittsburgh from the get go.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
ride or die, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna still go with Pittsburgh just because I think the Brewers are gonna collapse somehow. I don't know how. Just somehow I feel like they're gonna collapse. I gotta go with my gut. People tell me to like predict things. I'm never good at predicting when a team's gonna lose or like stuff like that. I don't know because whenever you watch sports, there's always some team that upsets another team. So I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I just feel like the Brewers are gonna find a way to collapse.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
going Brewers right.
Wow.
Anthony Rizzo is having a great year for Chicago.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Uh, you guys don't see Chicago like maybe making a run, maybe getting a wild card spot. I mean, they're 12
Chicago
games back.
making a run? Are you serious?
I mean, it's possible because well, let's be honest. Like Chicago is America's team. Like everyone.
Nobody roots for the Chicago Cubs.
They laugh at him, but might be America's laughing stock. But I don't know about America's team. I thought the America's team was like the Yankees or somebody.
Nah, people can't stand the Yankees.
Yeah, that's America's most hated team.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't stand the Yankees.
But I
Same
mean,
here.
if Chicago made the playoffs, people would root for them. Like America would root for them.
If their team's not in it, yeah. If their
Yeah.
team's not in it, then yeah, people will definitely root for the Cubs. If your team's in it, you don't care what the Cubs going through.
You don't care about the cut.
Heck no. I'm just being real. Like, I can care less what's going on with the Cubs.
When was the last time they ever did anything, anyways?
The Buckner ball.
Buckner ball. That's not true. The
Berkman. No, it's Berkman or Buckman. That dude in the stands, whatever his name, dude in the stands. That's the last time that they had a legitimate chance.
yeah.
The last time they had a legitimate chance. And I hate people that blame him for like the woes. Because they still I believe that happened in like the 8th inning. You know what I mean? All they needed was 5 more outs to close out the game and they couldn't do it. And they want to blame somebody in the stands. As if Alou could really reach up in the stands and catch that ball. He wasn't gonna catch that ball. He wasn't gonna catch that ball.
He was.
No, he wasn't. He act like a 10-year-old brat. Oh, you messed me up from catching the ball. That's what kids in elementary school do. They blame it on something else for them not like winning the game or something like that. No, man, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna blame this dude for the Cubs' woes. The Cubs suck. Okay. Then they went and they got what's his name? He left the Yankees to go to him. Now he's back on the Yankees. What the hell's his name? Alfonso Soriano. Yeah, Alfonso, right? They signed him to a big deal. He produced nothing. He sucked. Did he have some home runs? Yeah, but he sucked. So the Cubs, they suck. They just trade away their best player to the A's. Don't make no sense on why they did that to get prospects. Congratulations, Cubs. You're gonna suck for the next decade.
More like the next century, man.
I'm telling you, it's so sad. But F the Cubs.
They're not trying to do anything to win. Like,
Man.
what the hell are you doing that for? Trading away all your good players.
I mean, they trade away the best player. The only pitcher on the staff that could do something, they just trade away to the A's. It makes no sense.
The best 2 pitchers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whatever though.
All right,
not my problem.
Donaldson. Your time is now, my friend.
Oh yeah, Donaldson about to put in his work. Watch. 20 home runs,
Look at
baby.
that 238 average.
He got 20 home runs though,
Come on, man. Jeez.
and he has a great glove.
He does.
But you also have to remember that they're playing in, I believe they're playing in an American League ballpark, right?
Yes.
Right. So Cabrera's the DH, obviously. So if they're playing in a National League, they Cabrera's playing third base and Donaldson's on the bench. But
Um.
right?
Well, no. Well, I don't know. Well, Cabrera's at first base.
Oh, he plays first base now. Okay. Yeah, never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah. Because ever since he got hit in the nose or whatever, he doesn't want to be over there anymore.
Yeah, no, he was dying to leave.
Yeah.
He was dying to get away from there.
Yeah. So as soon as Pence Fielder left, he went
Yeah.
back
What kind
up.
of a pitch was that?
Missed curveball, I guess. Man. All right. So now that we got the A's in picture, what do you guys think about him, man? Best record
Love
in
it.
the
Yeah,
league.
baby. Love it, man.
You love it. You love the A's right
You
now.
love it
A
too,
lot of
man.
a lot of players are stepping up for the A's too.
Man, my man, the big boss, Mr. Ross, man, he doing his thing, man. He doing his thing. Cespedes doing his thing. Donaldson doing his thing. And I love the video because you couldn't help but praise Billy Bean, man. Couldn't help but praise him. And it was funny.
Derek is pretty good too.
It was funny because what? And yeah, it was funny because when we did our preview show for the major leagues, right? You were talking about how the A's they're always built to be a good team or whatever, in the regular season, but they don't produce in the playoffs, yada yada yada. But then of course you said that they need to get bats, but then when they get this trade, and they get the Ace from Chicago and all this stuff, you're loving the move because you know that's how they're gonna win. They're pitching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I like the move. I think the A's, of course, it all comes down to the playoffs. Nobody's gonna care what they do in the regular season. You know what I mean? It might boost ticket sales in Oakland, but who really cares? Anybody really trying to go to that dump? But
Yeah, that place is trash, man.
hey, it is. It's my hometown stadium though, and I must say that Arco Arena is worse off than Oakland Coliseum. I'm just saying.
Hell yeah, that place is like
That place,
small.
oh my God,
as hell.
Sleep Train Arena for the Sacramento Kings is the most horrible stadium ever. This dude took a seat in a row, and the whole row took a seat back, man. I'm like, my goodness, man. I'm telling you, man. It wasn't like his chair just moved back; the whole row moved back. I'm like, wow. But anyways, the A's this year, especially this year, they're gonna be judged off what they do in the postseason. You know what I mean? They in my opinion, they are going to at least have to get to the ALCS and do damage in the ALCS.
Okay. Do you think they will get there? Because let's
Should-
think. I mean, because they're gonna. I mean, I think that they're probably gonna have to go past Detroit, right? They're gonna have to beat Detroit. They're gonna have to beat Baltimore. I mean, can they? Probably Toronto too. Can they beat? Possibly. Can they beat these teams?
I don't see why not.
I just don't trust their hitting. Like, and it sounds weird because their hitting is pretty good, but I just don't because they've been inconsistent in the past.
That's true. They've been very inconsistent in the past, but that's why you get a great pitching staff and you get great people in the bullpen. So I mean, again, they was one miscue in Game 5. You know what I mean, from beating Detroit. You know what I mean. So I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm with you. I don't really trust their bats to bring them back if they're down. If they get down, it's going to be hard to see them come back, even though they have done that this season. They've been down in games and their bats brought them back and stuff like that. But again, the A's are going to have to rely on the pitching to move forward in the playoffs if they get there, which most likely they will because they do have the best record in the whole league. So
Yeah.
Well, how far do you guys have the A's going in the playoffs?
I did. I had the A's. I had the A's winning the AL West, I believe. and then making it. I mean, as an A's
So
fan,
hard.
I think that they can make it to the World Series.
What? You serious?
Okay, let me put it like this:
Make it, that's if I were you,
if
but I understand.
if the Yankees had the best record in the whole league, in the whole MLB, would they not be the favorites to go to the World Series? Or if it was Detroit, or if it was the Red Sox, or if it was some team that everybody knows and respects, and they had the best record in the whole majors, would they not be the favorites? They would be. But
They
because
would.
nobody expect the A's to be where they are, well, they're having a great season, but I don't know. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. If you swap out, the season that the Giants had so far, and you put the Dodgers name in there, people can be all over the Dodgers. Or Dodgers, they're going to win the World Series, yada yada yada. But because nobody expect the Giants to be there, nobody expect the Giants bats to be so hot in the first half of the season. Even though I know they kind of died down now, but everybody will be picking the Dodgers. But because it's Oakland, because the A's, they've been one and done in the playoffs, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because you all know that game, the first game of the playoffs don't really count as like a game in thing or whatever. But to me, if it was any other team, everybody would be, oh yeah, man, that team's gonna win the World Series hands down. But
Right?
because it's the A's,
Right?
it's like, well, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna
Comment.
say right now, I feel like the A's can make it to the World Series.
Nice. All right, we have some comments here. Desperate Clock, thanks for stopping by, man. Let's see what you guys say here. A's hitting can't beat that Tiger pitching. I agree, Livin. Thanks, man. No, I mean that's what it is. But I don't
Okay,
like saying that.
that's true. No, that's true. I mean, if we base it off of history, that's true. If we base it off of history, that's true. But who's to say that the Tigers pitching won't have a down series? I mean, has Verlander been balling? Last time I checked, his ERA is almost 5.
Dang.
You know what I mean? Like last time I checked, his ERA is like 4.5 or something like that. So yes, everybody, yes, check it out. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'll be the only one going for the A's. I don't care.
I mean, it's sad to say, but you make a great point. Like, is there something about the A's that makes you feel like they're not going to do well?
Exactly.
Because they're the underdog. It could be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well, y'all win. What the?
Yeah. We'll see. I mean,
Y'all there?
I'm definitely gonna put.
Yeah, man.
I'm definitely gonna pull for him. All right. They just had Bud Selig on here. Dawkins. I remember something. Whenever I see that guy, I remember something that you said about baseball, knowing that steroids were evident and present, and not doing anything about it just to boost ticket sales and ratings and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you, let's say, if I had this power, which if I did, I'd be amazing. Okay, but I'm gonna give you a one-on-one with the commish. What would you say to him if you had that opportunity?
If I had an opportunity, I'd be like, why was steroids in your league for so long?
And you knew about it.
Yeah, I mean, I would take the man for his word. He said he didn't, so I'm gonna take him for his word. But I'm gonna just ask him straight up, why was steroids prevalent in your league for so long? And if you knew about it, how come nothing was done until like after all these players left?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Maybe
That's
it's
it.
because,
I mean,
maybe it's because the players that did well, like, how should I say this? It's like, you know about the whole phenomenons back then, right? With Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa chasing the home run record.
Yeah.
yeah, I know about that.
But I'm guessing maybe because of the excitement that came from that and the money that generated from that, maybe he was quiet at the time because like he was earning a lot of money from it. But
That's
now
one
that
year.
everybody wants the game to be clean, now all of this is starting to come to light. And
No, but
I don't know.
everybody wanted the game to be clean. I don't think everybody wanted to ever look back. Oh, this guy cheated, so throw all of his numbers and stats out and stuff like that.
Are you sure? Because what about the pine tar on the ball and pitchers and stuff?
I don't like that. I don't like that. True
Yeah.
baseball fans probably like that. I don't like that. Because if you're so worried about the conditions outside and having a grip and stuff like that, well then everybody should play in the Tampa Bay Rays stadium because it's indoor. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I hated MLB Network having these guys showing, oh no, you gotta have the pine tar here and pine tar on the bat is okay. Even though we have the best, batting gloves in the world, it's okay to put pine tar on the bat to make it even more grip and stuff like that. To me, that's BS. Because you know what? Because for the most part, when we went outside and we played, we didn't have nothing extra. We didn't put no pine tar on the bat. If you couldn't throw the ball that day, well then guess what? In my mind, you suck, and that's your problem, not my problem. To me, you know what I mean? To me, there's no need to have pine tar. There's no need to have extra stuff. There's no need to have to do any of this stuff and yada yada yada. I mean, the freaking dude from the Yankees had it all over his freaking neck like it was a hickey and think that nobody's gonna notice. You know what I mean? And then you got these idiots on MLB Network teaching the guy how to hide it better. Oh, he needs to hide it better. He needs to. Are you serious? Why not just take it out
Did
the
they
game,
really
bro?
do that?
No. Yeah.
Yeah,
On
they
MLB
did.
Network, they were like, no, see, if he had it more discreet, you know what I mean, then nobody could call him on it. And then you had a freaking and it was freaking Yankees Red Sox. You had the Red Sox manager talking about well, if he did a better job hiding it, I probably wouldn't have called him on it and stuff like that. I'm like, that's BS, dude. This Yankees Red Sox, take the starting pitcher out. If he cheating, he take him out. Who cares, man? Like, are you serious? And then you had the freaking umpires.
Games and stuff. Come on now.
Yo, then you had the freaking umpires acting like they can't see it. Like, something is wrong with that. Something is wrong where it takes the manager to bring it to the umpire's attention before the umpire does anything. This is why people, at least me, as a casual baseball fan, can't stand baseball. Can't stand it. Because you let people take steroids and juice just to bring baseball back. You know what I mean? Just to bring baseball back. But not only did Sammy Sosa use steroids, he had a cork bat. So who's to say Mark McGwire didn't have a cork bat? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I can't stand it. I get it. It's baseball. It's their game. They want to manage it the way they want to do it. But I mean, at the end of the day, when it teaches somebody how to cheat, you lose credibility with me.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said like it's your game and stuff because it's so true. But at the same time, you look at football and like they're cracking down, and it's kind of like it may be this illusion that I have that, and now it's starting to make me kind of question my thoughts here. But this illusion that I have that baseball players don't get in trouble out of the game, like in their personal lives, but they may, and baseball doesn't do anything, and no one reports on it.
Yeah.
And that could be a very, very strong possibility.
If you remember that Sunday when like three to 4 or 5 players had major concussions from this nasty physical hits, what did the NFL instantly think of? They were thinking about the moms that were watching the game, and they were thinking about the kids of those moms that might be the next great athlete, might be the next Deion Sanders, and that mom might tell that boy to focus on baseball, and then who knows, maybe Deion Sanders would have been a Hall of Fame baseball player instead of a Hall of Fame cornerback. So that was the first thing that popped in the NFL's mind. Is like we have to make this game safer so we don't scare moms away, because the moms are gonna instantly say, "Oh, my kid can't play football. He's gonna play baseball. He's gonna play basketball." Because one thing I can say is outside of the NBA, football has the best athletes, hands down.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? No doubt. They have the best athletes. But if you take those athletes away and put them in different sports, well, then you're not going to have your Adrian Petersons and, and your RG3s and all these other guys are just freak athletes and the Cam Newtons and guys like that. So the NFL was like, they ain't about to hurt my pockets. You know what I mean? You ain't about to hurt my pockets. So let's clean the game up. Yes, we might have fans that get mad, yada, yada, yada. Football's popularity has not gone down. It has just gone up. Yes, people get mad for these roughing the passer calls because it's soft and all that stuff. But, hey, are you really going to turn off your TV to watch it? You know what I mean? Are you really going to turn off your TV to watch an infomercial or something like that? Heck no. You're still going to watch the game. You're still going to watch football. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, the NFL was focused on their pockets. Like, you ain't about to take away these athletes to put them in a different game. Because if you think about it, if I'm MLB, I'm gonna have McCutcheon in every single commercial I can put him in to get
Thank
more
you.
to get more black guys into
Adam
baseball.
Jones. Yes.
I'm telling you, I would have. It's like it's the dumbest thing. But baseball, they ain't worried about it. They're like, well, we got on Mike Trouts and we got Andrew McCutcheon and we got these guys who are solid. And in baseball, it's pretty popular. Even though our games are no longer on Fox, they're on Fox One. You know what I mean? And I mean, yo, and I know that Sunday night baseball is only on ESPN and stuff like that, but it baffled me how Sports Center came on back to back from 7 to 8 to 9 o'clock instead of showing Yankees, Red Sox and stuff like that on a Friday night. And I'm like, who else is going to be watching Sports Center 5 times instead of the Yankee game and stuff like that? But ESPN don't care enough to put it on, Friday because only Sunday night baseball and stuff like that. But shoot, just imagine if a game, and this did happen, Monday Night Football, it was too cold, you know what I mean? And then they have it Tuesday Night Football, people still watching. You know what I mean? And to me, it's because the NFL, they worry about their pockets. They worry about their pockets. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, baseball, they can say they're trying to get youth and they're trying to get minorities and they're trying to get the inner city people to play. It's not showing. It's not showing. Because you could say that you're trying to clean up the game, but what is, throwing Ryan Braun out for 60 games really going to do to his pockets? Because, again, that's what people are worried about. You know what I mean? Let Tom Brady get caught smoking weed, he's out. 4 games.
I think so? No way.
He does it again. He's out for the whole year. I guarantee it. Because they did the same thing to Ricky Williams. And Ricky Williams was a star at the time. He was a star. When he got kicked out of the league, he was a star.
They did the same thing to that one dude, Tanara Jackson, right, from the Redskins.
Yeah. The NFL ain't scared to do that. I mean, they about to do it to Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon was the best receiver in the league last year, stat-wise.
Very true.
And don't tell me that they're not going to kick him out the league for the stuff that he's doing. He's definitely going to get a 1-year suspension. The NFL don't play that. If you are doing something that's going to hurt their pockets, Roger Goodell's getting $44 million a year for a reason because the owner's pockets are nice. You ain't going to mess with their pockets. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Major League Baseball could do a lot better marketing their game and stuff like that and getting it out there to minorities and to, people that might not, have the best situation, but they're not doing it.
Yeah, true. All right, we have a comment here. Sorry, you guys. I've kind of been
go ahead.
on or forgetting to read. Not forgetting, but just whatever. So
you're engaged in the conversation.
Yeah. Desperate Clock 9 said, because it's all about the money. Kind of like reiterating what you said as Derek Jeter comes up to the plate. For maybe the last time, or maybe they'll give him another shot. I don't know. We'll see. And then he also said, now Pineda is injured. Thanks, Pineda, for rubbing the tar all over your body. He was just on his neck, but.
No, I mean, I see where he's coming from, though. But, again, man. I mean, if you have to use something extra, then you can't be that good. You can't be that good. Because a lot of people, because remember back like in the 70s, the Raiders would use all that stickum and stuff like that.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But stickum wasn't illegal. Stickum wasn't illegal. You know what I mean? And now the NFL wised up and was like, if y'all going to use stickum, well, then we're going to invent these gloves, and y'all going to pay some money to have these gloves, and then the players in high school going to pay to have these gloves and stuff like that. Because the gloves today ain't no different from stickum back in the day, because they didn't have gloves in the 70s and stuff like that. But when you can get thrown out for using something and you continue to use it, so clearly there's something wrong with using pine tar. Clearly there's something wrong with it. And then, of course, it's a contradiction when you have these people on MLB Network saying, okay, we'll do it this way next time, and you'll be able to stay in the game. That's BS, yo.
So do both you guys think, and the viewers as well can say this as well. Do you think that pine tar then needs to be taken out of baseball?
Yeah.
And what type of suspension should someone get if they do get caught using it?
In a perfect world, it would be taken out. In a perfect world, if you get caught, 5-10 game suspension, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Something like that.
Like a series, kind of?
I would say
It depends. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe for a pitcher, be like the next 3 starts, he's suspended.
I'm thinking like 10, 15.
3 starts. 3 starts. Because again,
Oh,
a
you
pitcher.
talking pitcher wise?
Yeah, a pitcher three starts. If it's a hitter, he's out. He's out for 3 series or something like that. I don't know. But to me, it has to be something where it's substantial. It has to be something substantial. You know what I mean? And you got to take the game away from someone. Some people, because I mean, you can find certain people and it will hurt their pockets. But come on, man, like what's 40,000 grand to somebody who's guaranteed $40 million? You know what I mean? So if you take the game away, I think that might have a bigger impact. Because for all we know, Ryan Braun has been clean ever since he got suspended. For all we know, but we don't know
he has
much.
like 10 home runs, BTW. That's like sad.
I mean, but again, he might be back on it now, trying to get his stats back up.
Yeah.
Trying to save his image,
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
save his status as a star. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, Desperate Clock, you agree with us? Pine Tar should be taken out. Yeah. In a perfect world, if we were in charge, he should just put us in charge of this whole thing. You know. So let's talk about the home run derby, shall we? Last night, obviously Cespedes wins it. The champ is here, 2-time champ. First one to do it since Griffey. Did you guys watch it? What do you guys think about it? If you did, or see any highlights?
I told you, Levin. I was watching Raw. I don't know anything about it, but y'all gotta let me know. I want to hear from y'all what happened.
All right. Well.
So what's going on? Sorry, my headset was messing up.
Oh no, it's good. So we're gonna touch on the home run derby, I guess, in the third inning here. Just about to go into the fourth. So Dawkins, did you watch the home run derby last night?
I watched bits and pieces of it. I really wasn't into it. You know what I mean? I did like the new format though. I did like the new format where if you hit as many home runs as you can in the first, and you have the most, then you get to sit out for the second run. You're basically guaranteed to be in the third round. So I like that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's dry to me. It's dead to me. You know what I mean? I think it was Wilbon on PTI. He was like, maybe they should take a break from doing the home run derby and the slam dunk contest to kind of get people's juices flowing for it to come back or something like that. I thought that was a pretty good idea because at the end of the day, I don't think too many people care that much about it because, like you said, watching the old school stuff, like watching Griffey with the hat turned back and stuff like that, man, that's memories to me. Watching, Mark McGwire, all those deep flies, in Fenway Park, like that those are memories. It doesn't have that same appeal to me now. And it might be because the whole team up thing and stuff like that. I don't know. I like the old format better. I mean, I like the old way it was. I do like the new format where if you hit the most, then you get you're basically guaranteed to go to the third round.
Yeah. The format was awesome. I liked the hit off, whoever it was. That was cool. So I watched the whole thing obviously, and I started watching it with the intention of like getting bored, but I never got bored, and maybe it was because like obviously Cespedes and Donaldson were there, but it just made like every home run was so exciting because you had like the best players in the game hitting the ball, and it was so cool, but at the same time, like, I am a baseball fan. For the casual fan, I think that, like you said, like there's not any swag in this game, and or in the home run derby, there's no like hat back. There's nothing like that. I mean, Cespedes does have a lot of swag, I guess you could say. He definitely put on a show, and he was tweeting and all, like saying, "Oh, well, you guys have to come and take the championship from me. I'm not going to give it to you, suckers," and stuff like that. That was really cool. But yeah, I mean, like I was excited, man. I was and Stanton coming up and smashing that thing, almost hitting it out of the park. That was awesome. I was like, no freaking way that you just do that. So it is kind of cool to see that type of stuff. I wish that like the winner, Cespedes, would have a better year than he's having right now and actually be an established star. I think that'll help bring eyes to it.
So what's his stat line up?
It's 268 maybe. I think he has like 14 home runs, maybe 17. Um, he's not doing terrible by any means, but I don't know. Like if Miguel Cabrera was in it, I think the more people would have watched it. Mike Trout again, more people would have watched it. I mean, they had those. They had good players. Don't get me wrong, but there are definitely like even David Ortiz. You know, like just guys that people recognize the name of, as opposed to guys that the baseball fans would recognize. I think that that's something that they got to work on as well.
That's true, but that ties into what we were talking about before, is that I feel like MLB is kind of okay with where they're at, and they're not trying to get any new people to become fans.
That is very true.
You know what I
He
mean?
almost hit that out, and he was jammed.
Yeah, that dude got some power, man. But again, at the end of the day, I think if they do a better job maybe marketing it, because again, we're talking about the home run derby before all these, specialized channels, before NFL Network, before NBA TV, before all this stuff. You know what I mean? Before all this stuff. So at the end of the day, people have a choice on what they want to watch. Because when we were watching it, it was before YouTube, it was before Netflix, before all these things. Now baseball is not just fighting with other sports; you're fighting with other entertainment groups to try and get people to watch. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. Twitch was blowing up last night. Heck,
Mario
people on
Kart?
Twitch last night.
Mario Kart. Like you made a great point, man. Highlights sometimes. I mean, they do kind of kill the need for it. And going to you, Hayato, you said you were watching Raw last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Raw. I now know this. Maybe I'm wrong, but they don't have highlights for that. Like if you miss it, you miss it. It's not like it's going to be on SportsCenter the next day or something like that. So if you want to see it, you got to see it. As opposed to the Derby, you can see all of it online. You can see it on SportsCenter. They probably showed it like 3 a.m. the next day. Like you don't have to be there to see it. So like you said, Dawkins, great point. I mean, it really takes some of that stuff out. They're competing with a lot of things.
Yeah.
And if I may add to it, the reason why I was watching Raw was because one, I didn't know the home run derby was there. But two, even if I wanted to watch it, like it's not really on any major channels. You know what I mean? It's like it wasn't on like if I wanted to watch it last night, I couldn't because it's not on any of the channels that I have. Like so.
Oh,
I think it was, yeah. Because last night it was on ESPN, right?
yeah.
ESPN.
Yeah, it was on ESPN.
But didn't it used to be on Fox a couple years ago or something?
It was. I mean, because Chris Berman has always done it. It's always been on ESPN because Chris Berman has always done it.
Well, maybe they should have it on Fox or ABC or something.
They don't even have the
thought it was
Sunday.
on Fox.
I mean, but they don't even have like the primetime games for like Sunday on Fox anymore. It's on Fox 1.
That's true. That is so true. That
You know what I mean?
yes. Saturday.
Again, I mean,
Saturday baseball. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Saturday, excuse me. Yeah, because Saturday used to be on Fox. Used to be on Fox. Now it's on Fox Uno. You know what I mean? So it's like
Fox.
it's on Fox Uno. So I mean, I don't know. It's crazy to me though. But
That's what I thought it was on in the first place. That's what I was about to say. That maybe they should have it on a more popular channel. But if it was on ESPN, then forget what I was saying. That's just my
yeah, but I don't know.
It goes back to what you were saying, Dawkins. I mean, they really don't care about trying to grow their audience.
Well, if you think about it, Bug Seeley, he's old, man. And I don't know if anybody's helping them to run this sport. Because let's say that, and let's say the most popular YouTuber out there. Let's just use, I don't know, KSI, right? Let's say that KSI had 3 million people who are subscribed to him are baseball fans. But let's say KSI decided to live stream on Twitch. Well, how many of those baseball fans are not going to watch the home run derby to watch him live stream on Twitch or something like that? You know what I mean? So it's like they're competing with this with so much, and for it to not be like a dominant event anymore is just, to me, it's kind of sad. But it also, has to do with the times and stuff like that, because the World Cup comes around for 4 years from now. People are gonna be all over because they want to see what the United States can do. You know what I mean, and stuff like that, because it's an event. I feel like the home run derby isn't an event. It's a way to just have people hit the ball at the ballpark.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
So basically, Miles, you call it Bug Silic like the Al Davis of baseball or something?
Well, no, Al Davis was stuck in his ways. Bug Selig, I think Bug Selig isn't stuck in his ways because the home run derby was popular, All-Star game popular. Baseball was popular, but it was the only sport on in the summer. It was the only thing on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now that things have changed, he hasn't changed with the time. So I see where you come from with Al Davis, bringing that in there. But it's like, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like baseball has to, get with the times, because to me, they have a YouTube channel. They have a YouTube channel. It's like it was MLB something, MLB like .com, MLB.com, but it's a YouTube channel as Derek Jeter gets taken out. And the first thing they were showing were brawls. They were showing brawls. They were showing fights. Like, because it was in my recommended section, and they're showing fights. They're showing brawls. They're showing benches being cleared, and I'm like,
they were funny, but go on.
I'm like, why are you showing this?
Yeah.
Because if you look at the NBA TV YouTube channel, nothing but highlights. Nothing but highlights. And when like the NBA Finals is around the corner, they show the greatest NBA Finals of all times highlights. That they show MJ's highlights. They show something special. When they're hyping up the draft, the 1984 on NBA TV, on the TV channel, on their YouTube channel, they're showing all the members from that 84 class. So they're showing Jordan's highlights. They're showing John Stockton's highlights. They're showing all these guys' highlights. They're showing Barkley's highlights and stuff like that. MLB showing fights. It's like, this ain't WWE. We ain't trying to see fights. We're trying to see the stars, man. It's like, you're not even doing that. So to me, that is not doing a good job managing the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe a cult group like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a reason why they would show something like that.
Yeah. We have another comment from Desperate Clock, man. Thanks for sticking around. When games were on Fox, it just seemed more special than Fox 1. Yeah.
Well, it seems like Joe Buck doesn't care.
It's like, hey, to be completely honest, I can't remember. I don't even know if I watched a Saturday baseball game that was on Saturday Fox 1. Like, I have Fox 1, but I don't watch it. Like,
I have Fox 1 too, and I don't watch it.
Like I don't know. It's just like, I just don't watch it, man.
Yeah.
Like I have better things to do than watch that. Oh, Cespedes.
Yeah. Get a good conversation with Cespedes. Take a while to understand what he's saying.
I know. I thank you for your service. I did it for Cuba. I said that shit after he won it. I did it for Cuba.
Cespedes, I mean, not Cespedes, but Puig would say something like that. I did it for the Dominican.
I did it for the Dominican. Go backflip or something.
Yeah.
Do a backflip.
Do you guys think that Derek Jeter's number will get retired across baseball?
Across
yeah.
baseball? No.
Really?
Oh,
No. Across baseball? We were talking about
Someday?
nobody can wear number 2?
Someday?
No.
Really? Oh,
Nope.
man.
Because that's put him in Jackie Robinson's class. Jackie Robinson changed the game. You just said earlier today that you felt like Alex Rodriguez did more to change the short spot position than anybody else.
Very true. Well, in terms of power, yeah.
Yeah, in terms of power. You know what I mean? I love me some Derek Jeter. It should definitely be retired next year. Next year. They should have been waiting a year. They should just do it next year, bring him back, retire the number, yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? But as far as I don't know. As far as league wide, nah, no.
Um,
If you feel that way, I'd like to hear why, but league wide, no.
well, I'm not sure. I mean, you make a great point. But
Yeah.
like he didn't really have to like go through the trials and tribulations, I guess. And I hate using that term 'cause I don't like it. But that Jackie Robinson had to, but like the amount of like standing ovations that he gets wherever he goes, and the fact that you can't find someone that doesn't like Derek Jeter, and I mean, I don't know, like in my lifetime, I haven't seen that ever. From a player that's retiring, and maybe just because again, like my generation is the steroid generation, so you don't see the greats getting standing O's from every single stadium. Barry Bonds is getting booed everywhere he goes. Mark
Ray
McGuire
Bonds,
is that
well,
style.
not just for steroids, because
Getting
he was
cream
too.
and quotation marks getting thrown at him.
Mm.
Like, never mind. Go on.
No,
No, but nobody really liked Barry Bonds because he was like an a-hole.
go.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it is what it is.
I mean, I would like to see him get it retired. I mean, obviously he's going to get retired in New York, um, and I would like to see it retired all across baseball, just because baseball needs somebody again, like I've been saying this whole show, like somebody from that generation to look at and say, okay, so this is the guy who we're going to look at during that terrible spell of steroids. We're not going to look at anyone else. This is a guy, you know. So I would like to see that, but I don't. Like you said, we'll never know if it's really going to happen.
Yeah.
So, like, in your opinions, I should say, like, what would it take for someone to have their number retired across the league then, if Derek Jeter didn't do enough?
It would have to be something like a Jackie Robinson, because he was like the first. He was like the first black player, in a big time market. And, I mean, because of course he was the first black player in baseball, but he was in Brooklyn. That was a big market. Brooklyn is kind of like separated itself from New York. It's so dominant and popular and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And to be like the first major black athlete to do something that, to me, it's a standard. And in today's world, I don't think you're gonna ever see somebody who is gonna do something that groundbreaking. Now, Derek Jeter, of course, is loved around the whole league. Excuse me, he's loved, in this country for what he's done, the class that he's shown and stuff like that. Being on one of the most hated franchises and still be loved, that is, a testament to the type of person that he is. But to me, just being a nice guy and just dominating your sport, to me, doesn't suggest that the whole league should retire number two.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't know.
So he needs to. Yeah, I mean, I can see where you're coming from.
Because then, I mean, because if you retire his number, are you gonna have a Derek Jeter day where everybody wears number two?
Yes.
No, heck no.
I don't know. All right.
If anybody in today's game deserves it, it is him. I just don't see it happen.
True. True. Okay. Desperate Clock wrote, it should be retired league wide. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be differing opinions on that. I mean, obviously, once this year is over, we'll see what happens. I mean, like you said, Dawkins, the Yankees will probably retire it next year. I can see that happening. They'll probably have a Derek Jeter day and all that stuff. But we'll have to wait on the league wide, at least for like 20 years.
Yeah. You got to give it time for them to at least see if they really appreciate what he's done for the sport. So I get what you're saying, man.
Yeah.
So y'all really feel like it should be retired league wide?
Yeah.
And that after Whiskey's done, nobody can wear number two again.
No.
Okay.
Because there's only one number that people can't wear, 42. And if there was going to
That's
be
right,
one
but
guy that I could
he
say,
broke down racial barriers.
That's yeah.
I get what you're saying there, Mouse, because like they only be there for Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not even his number is retired league wide, and like he's done like more things for basketball than most folks. So yeah, I could totally understand what you're saying there. But
Brewers coming up big, baby. And
I mean, I don't know. And plus, I'm not like a diehard baseball fan, so.
Yeah. So here's a question for you guys then. When Derek Jeter becomes eligible for the Hall of Fame, is he a first ballot Hall of Famer as soon as he gets eligible?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. First ballot, absolutely. But again, I mean, I don't know. Because again, I'm trying to find a reason to why his number should be retired league wide. And again, I totally agree that if anybody should have it in today's world, it should be a guy like Derek Jeter.
I'm right there, Miles. I am right there. Like, I'm really trying to think of a reason why it should be. And I feel like it should. But I can't come up with a good reason why. I can't, because Michael Jordan was a great comparison. I can't come up with a reason why his number should be retired. I just feel like it should be. And that's not a good enough reason.
Hey, you know, if you know, like you stick strongly with it, someone is gonna create some sort of reason that think of to like dispel it. So, like, I understand where you're coming from with trying to create a reason why like his number should be retired.
Yeah, this Gomez strikes out. Yeah, man. Yeah. For sure. So we've seen the last Derek Jeter in the All-Star game. I mean, we've been talking about him all day, and rightly so. Rightly so. But if you guys are watching this, definitely leave comments down below. Let us know. Do you guys think Derek Jeter's number should be retired league wide? Kind of a rash statement. Now that I say it out loud like that. But let us know what you think, because we're like, again, I feel like we all feel like it should be, but we all don't know why it should be. If that makes sense.
You need to have a stronger argument for why, I guess.
It needs to be a stronger argument.
I mean, he's a
nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a champion. You could say that he was the face of baseball. You know what I mean? I guess I would be okay with him having his number retired league wide, but having a Derek Jeter day, no. I feel like there shouldn't be a day where everybody, wears number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, is this by De La Salle? Holla.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Holla. But yeah, I mean, I think I would be okay with nobody being able to wear number 2. I wouldn't be okay with them stripping away from a guy like Whiskey or whatever. But when he's done, nobody should be able to wear number 2. I could see that, but I don't feel like they should have a Derek Jeter day where everybody wears number 2.
Mm.
Because again, like
or like Lemon said. Or I was just gonna say, let me just say this real quick. Or like Lemon said, at least not yet. You gotta, I guess, like Lemon said, you need time to actually think of like why something that big would happen. But
over
can't
time,
think of a reason right now.
Right, but over time, would there be a reason to why Derek Jeter would have his number be worn on a specific day every single year? If we can't find a reason now why it should be, then what makes us think we're going to find a reason, later? Because he played hard, because he played with class, because he was a champion. I'm sure,
Or let me just say this, or at least maybe later on, maybe like through the changes that's going to go on in the future, maybe people will come to appreciate the type of player that Derek Jeter was, so they can do something like that. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. But then everybody should wear number 3 for Babe Ruth, and everybody should wear 44 for Hank Aaron.
Ooh, good point.
Oh,
because Derek Jeter's not the only guy who played with class, who played the game the right way. You know what I mean? And that's why I had a hard time putting him in the same class as a Jackie Robinson, because when you do that, that's ultimately what you're saying. If you're gonna have a Jackie Robinson day and then you're gonna have a Derek Jeter day where everybody's wearing number 2, It's like, well, I don't know about that. In my
And
opinion.
that, just thinking about that now, I get what you're saying. I get your
Yeah, we do.
reason why they should, because if you have a day like that for Derek Jeter, certainly other players that's done great things in the game of baseball is going to come forward, and they're going to want their own day as well, and
Yeah.
that's create it's going to create something nasty. So yeah,
But again, I feel like he's somebody who was deserving to have his number retired league wide. I want to be comfortable with having a Derek Jeter day.
Yeah. So yes to the league-wide retirement of 2,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
no to the day.
Yes. Yes. But another thing, I wouldn't be cool with them stripping number 2 away from Tulowitzki. Because if he didn't do it for Mariano Rivera, because he wore 42 his whole career. Even after
Yeah.
they decided to have Jackie Robinson and they never took 42 away from Mariano Rivera. I want to be okay with them stripping number 2 away from Tulowitzki.
Mhm.
that's true.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see
Yes, sir. Good conversation.
that. Yeah. Always is. Always is. What inning is it again?
When the fourth, bottom of the fourth, 3-3
Nice.
tie.
As we get a Baltimore Oriole on the screen here and Nelson Cruz. Okay, let's talk about this. Steroids last year, gets suspended, makes the All-Star game. Agree or disagree that he
Wait,
should be
wait.
here?
I'm sorry to interfere, but what? I didn't know Nelson Cruz took steroids.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, like I can see why that happens because like you know how big he is, but I didn't know he actually got caught.
Yeah,
Never heard anything about it.
yeah, he got suspended. Um,
Wow.
so do you guys think that he deserves to be here this year
Yeah.
at the All-Star game?
Yeah.
What?
What's his stat line?
Oh, I don't know. I have to rewind.
Well, he was a backup coming in, right? I don't believe he started the game.
Yeah, he was a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're a backup, that means like your peers and the managers put you on the team.
Oh no, he started. Sorry.
Oh, he just started. Well, yeah. Well, it's probably
He
a little bit of
started?
a popularity contest then.
Should he
You
even
know?
be
Yeah.
eligible? Should he even be eligible?
Yeah, he should be. I don't know.
He
I
should
don't
be
know.
eligible, but then again, no one's created rules for that. Like if you've been caught for steroids before, you can't. You're banned from an All-Star game the next year.
Yeah.
So
Well, then Ryan Brown should
like if he
never
played
go.
well this year.
Right? Ryan Brown, even though he's not having a great year this year, but if he has a great year next year, he shouldn't go.
Yeah, I mean, because I just don't like the fact. I mean, again, it comes back to the fact that we've kind of been talking about all night. Like, you know, they'll get ticket sales from Baltimore Oriole fans who want to see Nelson Cruz play. And does he deserve to be there? In my opinion, he doesn't, because I didn't agree with the suspension first off. You know, the fact that he's been known in the past to take steroids, and then when they actually caught him, they only suspended him, I think it was, for the rest of the season, but I think he came back for the playoffs or something like that.
Yeah, he came back for the playoffs.
Yeah, so I didn't agree with that either. And then he comes back this year, and he has a very, very similar year than he did when he took the steroids. So that's kind of surprising and like alarming as well. And it goes back to this thing that I said a while ago, and I keep saying it. We need to have these things present, like records present of Major League Baseball doing the testing, so that we know that these players are getting tested, so that we know this game is clean. Because just seeing somebody like that get accused of steroids and seeing his numbers and then seeing him next year have the same number.
I mean,
Nice to know.
So you're saying something like ESPN should report when they're going in for testing, like I don't know, like say something like, "Geez, Nelson Cruz is going in for testing today," so like I guess people could like tune in, like to
I don't
see
know about
what
that,
happens with his
like a
test, whether it's
website.
negative.
But like a website or something that you could look up, or just have a like.
here's
I don't
what
know.
here's what irks me about it. And again, because I'm a football head, I always bring up the NFL. but also because I feel like they do it right. And one thing that you never see in baseball, you never see somebody get suspended before the season starts.
Ooh, that's a great point.
Because
That's true.
because what already what
Good
Josh Gordon was
observation.
yeah like Josh Gordon was being investigated and suspended for using marijuana and stuff like that. So that shows that they've been testing throughout the off season too. You know what I mean? So when all you're doing is suspending people during the baseball season, it's like it's gonna get covered by other headlines. It's gonna get covered up. If Kershaw the same day that Nelson Cruz gets suspended has a perfect game, well then a perfect game is gonna be the headline. You know what I mean? Or if
Mm.
Cespedes goes deep 3 times in the game, that's gonna be the headline. You know what I mean? So it's never this that they're testing because people are getting suspended or getting in trouble year round. It's always during the baseball season, and sometimes the story of somebody gets suspended is covered up by other stuff. You know what I mean? And the fact that when you suspend somebody for the rest of the season, but if his team makes the playoffs, well, then he's okay to play. That makes no sense. It makes no sense because again, Josh Gordon is gonna get suspended for the whole season for the Cleveland Browns. Whole season. If they make it to the Super Bowl, the smallest chance that the Browns have to make it
Yeah,
to the Super
right.
Bowl, if they make it there, he can't play. He can't even show up to the game. You know what I mean? So I feel like baseball, like they got to do something different.
Yeah. That's where Clock commented. Yes. Okay. When we were talking about obviously Nelson Cruz playing in the All-Star game, he said yes because he's done good this year, and even before he went on the sauce, his numbers since 2009 have been similar. So yes, Cruz should be in the game.
I can agree with that, but my way of thinking has changed since I
Right.
listened to older players talk, and me and Livin were always on that same side with a guy like Barry Bonds. Because when Barry Bonds was with the Pirates and when his younger days with the Giants, he was somebody who could steal bases. He was somebody that was getting gold gloves in left field, what I mean? And he was hitting like 20, 25, 30 home runs a year. But when I heard older players say, no, we don't want this guy in because he took it, even though he might have been a Hall of Famer before he took it, they still don't want him in there. So, yeah, the Cruz is doing good this year, but it doesn't even seem like he got punished. You know what I mean? Because he missed, 60 games of last season, but he still got to play in the playoffs. Yes, he's having a good season this year, but if the fans didn't vote him in, would his peers put him on the team is a bigger question.
That is a good question.
You know what I mean? Because Ryan Brown, he ain't nowhere to be found.
Very, very true. And yeah, very, 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 very true. And if it was up to the peers, I don't think they. I mean, I don't know how much Ryan Braun's popularity, how high it is right now. Ha, Derek Norris, nice man. But I do think that probably the fans don't like Ryan Braun if you're outside of the Milwaukee area, more specifically, I guess the Wisconsin area. If you're not here, then you probably hate Ryan Braun. So I can definitely see why he's not here, and even the players. I think the players probably don't even like him.
Heck no, man, he lied to Aaron Rodgers. Can't do that.
He lied to Aaron Rodgers.
What?
He did. Him and Aaron Rodgers are close friends, and they have a couple businesses together. So when the whole steroid thing came up, Aaron Rodgers asked him and like straight up what happened, and Braun told him that he didn't do anything. So on Twitter, Aaron Rodgers had his back. Like he was defending Ryan Braun on Twitter. You know what I mean? And interviews that he had when people asked about Braun, he was stepping up for him and stuff like that, and standing up for him and all that. But turned out that Braun did take it, so like their friendship took a hit because of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you crazy.
Can't be lying to Aaron Rodgers, dude.
No, man, he's the face of the NFL. That boy,
He a
Yeah.
cheesehead.
the cheesehead, the cheesehead.
I remember watching the 2005 draft, wondering get picked first overall because I had watched ESPN like earlier that year, like before the draft, and they were saying that he was going to go first to the 49ers. And
Yeah.
once I heard that Alex Smith was going to get chosen first, and he did, I was like, what the heck is going on? And even more so when he slid down the draft. I thought that he was going to be a bust or something because maybe they found like some injury problem with him or something. But
Yeah.
once I saw him play, like I think 2 years later, like he got subbed in the game for Brett Favre when he got injured, and I saw his stat line, and it was pretty good, and I just knew he was going to get good. And when he finally got the start when Brett Favre left, I'm like, yeah, I knew this guy was going to be good.
Yeah.
Like it's still like point being, it's still I was still wondering to this day why he failed so far.
Well, because nobody needed a quarterback that high.
Well, the 49ers did.
Yeah, but the 49ers, they took Alex Smith, so that's why he dropped. Because it was vice versa, and we don't know what we know about Alex Smith, and we don't know about Aaron Rodgers. You know, we know nothing about him except for what we knew before the draft. If it was vice versa and Aaron Rodgers got picked up, with an Alex Smith would have fell in the draft. You know what I mean? So back then you had to go with team need, and a lot of people feel like they needed different positions outside of quarterback back then. You know what I mean? And it was even a shock that the Packers took him because of Brett Favre. You know what I mean? So I don't know. At the end of the day, I was shocked too. But here's why I try to form my own opinions and don't listen to ESPN, because everybody had said during that draft that if because Matt Leinart got picked up in the 2006 NFL draft. He was the second quarterback in between Vince Young, who went third overall. Jake Cutler went like 11th to the Broncos, and I believe Matt Leinart went like 7th to the Cardinals or whatever, right? And Matt Leinart, he stayed his senior year. He stayed his senior year at USC to win a championship and to enjoy college life. Everybody was saying if he would have came out in the same draft with Alex Smith and with Aaron Rodgers, he would have been the first quarterback taken. And we all see how his career turned out to be. So it's like I try not to listen to these guys on ESPN and NFL Network because most of the time they watch less college football than I do. You know what I mean? So
Oh wow!
I mean, absolutely. If you listen to these guys, because of course you know me, my TV stays on NFL Network and NFL Live on ESPN, like it stays on that stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm all over it. And one of the draft experts, he gets labeled an expert every April when the draft about to come on. He's on TV. He's an expert. He was like, I didn't go over this guy's tape yet, so I don't know how good he is. No, I ain't talking about Mel Kiper. I'm talking about other guys like Todd McShay. Todd McShay.
Yeah.
Todd McShay was on air.
Oh
saying,
gosh,
man, Todd McShay, he was on air saying, he said that he didn't know about this one kid. He played receiver for Indiana because he didn't go over his tape yet. He didn't go over his tape yet, and it was like a month before the draft. And because you know how they do all these mock drafts after college football's over, after the Super Bowl is done, they go over all these mock drafts. There was this kid from Indiana or whatever, a big, tall receiver and stuff like that. He was like, I didn't go over his draft tape yet back then, but now a month before the draft in April, I went over it, and he's a flat-out monster. I think he's going to go in the top 2 rounds. And I'm thinking to myself, now, I didn't watch any Indiana football. I don't know how many people outside of Indiana watch Indiana football, but he gets paid to analyze draft picks. He gets paid to analyze players that are going to enter the NFL draft, and you haven't watched their tape yet? Well, that should further let me know, all you was doing was watching Johnny Manziel all year like I was. So how much more do you know than me?
Very true.
I'm just saying, man. So I do like Mel Kiper, though. I do like Mel Kiper and Mike Mayock, NFL Network, Mike Mayock. But ain't nobody a real expert. They've got a microphone and an opinion.
Like everyone, like we all do.
or more like a microphone and guessing ability. You just guess who's gonna.
That's true.
That's true. So Yasiel Puig goes 0 for 3. Do you guys think that hurts him and his stock, I guess, in a game like this? Him obviously not hitting a home run in the home run derby and now going 0 for 3.
Not necessarily.
Not really, because he's young. He'll have time. He'll get some good stats in future All-Star games he'll make. It's his first one, so you kind of can't be as hard on him.
Really? You giving him a pass?
Well, we all know how you feel about Oakland A's players, so if they don't show up in the All-Star game, then they suck.
That's true. They gotta show up, man. The bright light.
Show up in the All-Star game, you suck, man. But I mean, Robinson Cano went for an offer. You know what I mean? I believe he even swung and missed at a pitch in his home run derby debut or whatever it was. So I don't know, man.
But like I said, he has time. He'll put up some good All-Star stats.
I don't know how
He
much
probably
time
just
he
got
has
the
though.
first time jitters or something, you know.
Possibly, but I don't know. Does anybody really know how old he is?
Right.
You
Yeah,
know
I
that they
mean,
be faking on
Cespedes
the
is
birth certificate.
27, but he looks 40.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Wait, he's 27.
Yeah,
Yeah, all
Cespedes.
these baseball players start off old, man. Like only Ken Griffey really and Bryce Harper and Trout start off young. Like the majority of these baseball players who are
Yeah.
rookies are like 25, 26, 27 years old. So yeah,
Like
it's like
I know.
Puig is young. I believe Puig is like 20, 21. But like
Oh, he's 20.
Cespedes is like 30. He might be 35 for all we know. The way they lie
Yeah.
on their birth certificates.
What's that guy names that play for the Twins? Like Chris Colabello. Like I was looking up information on him, and he was floating around the minor leagues for a while, up until like last year, when they signed him to like this really low minor league contract. He did well for him, and like he made his debut in like the major leagues last year. He was like what 20, 28, 29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember R.A. Dickey before that year he had with the Mets, and he was like 36 at the time. So
God,
I mean, and that's another thing to me that hurts baseball. You know what I mean? Because nobody really watches college baseball. Nobody really watches minor league baseball. So when they draft somebody or when you trade your star player for a prospect, you're gonna lose momentum because nobody knows who this prospect is. You know what I mean? It's different from the NBA or NFL where like you draft a Jabari Parker. Now you're gonna get some people interested in the Milwaukee Bucks. You know what I mean? Nobody thinks that they're gonna win a championship this year, but at least you want to see what this kid is gonna do. When they bring in a rookie for baseball, it's like, who is this and what did he do in college or in the minors or something like that? It's like I
you
couldn't
said he
tell
was
you.
36.
All right, Dickey, yeah.
If he was 36, then I expect T Mac to make the major leagues then.
Yeah, man. T Mac was doing his thing, I heard, man. Yeah, the
Well, not
pitching
really.
before,
His
man.
stats kind of suck, but yeah.
It's his first time though, man. You give him a year, he gonna be all star.
Oh, yeah.
He gonna be an all star, man. He gonna be right up there with Kershaw. That man gonna be a beast, man.
Oh man.
He's tall like Randy Johnson. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Who is that one pitcher from the Marlins? That black guy.
What?
Dontrell Willis?
Yeah, Dontrell Willis. Remember him? He had a good 2 years, and then he was done.
Yeah, like he couldn't pitch well for crap after that. Like, what happened to
Man.
him?
I don't
Got
know,
baby
man.
mama drama going on or something? Like, what's
Was
up?
it? It must have been.
I have no idea. I have no idea. But that probably set blacks playing baseball back a while because he was hot and then he was not, man. He was the man, but nah, not no more. That was funny though. I was like, whatever happened to that dude?
I don't know. I think he's in the minors. He has to be in the minors somewhere.
Or he not playing like Tim Tebow?
Yeah, he's not playing. Last I
Yeah.
heard from him, he signed a minor league contract with somebody like last year, or something, or maybe it was 2 years ago, something like that. But after that, like I haven't heard of him signing with anybody or playing since.
It's crazy how because Chad
What
Johnson's
a
playing Canadian football, right? Everybody's like, well, not everybody, but ESPN's showing his highlights because he's still, relevant. But it's crazy that the team he plays for, a starting quarterback, is Troy Smith, the Heisman quarterback from
Yeah.
Ohio State. You know what I mean? And it's like, why isn't Tim Tebow playing like arena or Canadian football somewhere?
You think it's his pride?
Probably. Probably because if I had a chance to get into, the NFL, and they was like, well, we feel like you're not good enough, yada yada, I would go play Canadian or arena. You know what I mean? And work my way back if I really wanted it.
But do you think Chad Johnson can even still play?
He scored a touchdown his last game, so he could probably still play Canadian. I mean, if you think about his last 2 years, his last year in Cincinnati, T.O. outplayed him, and T.O. was like 38, 39 years old. You know what I mean? That's not a
North.
good look. Um, then his year in New England, the Patriots barely used him. You know what I mean? They barely used him. He was more of a decoy. You know what I mean? People forgot he even played for the Patriots, yada yada yada. And then, of course, when he was in Miami, he had that incident where he headbutted his wife after he got caught cheating, and
Oh,
Miami didn't want nothing to do with him. And ever since then, his career has been, I'm on the shelf. But credit to him that he's going to play Canadian football, maybe to try and get back in the NFL. I don't know, but at least to be playing. If you feel like you could still play, then why not play somewhere?
Are y'all talking about Chad Johnson?
Yeah,
Okay, good. My fault, y'all. Like, I guess I got a shorter in my headset, so it just cut off on me.
I know you good.
you good? We ain't really talking about nothing.
But yeah, I'm still shocked that no one signed Chad Johnson. The team's out there.
Well, I mean, it's probably a little bit that Tim Tebow thing is that if he's not going to be the starter, if he's not going to be the star, you don't want somebody to have that media attention that's going to come with it.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. And not to mention his off-field problems with him headbutting girls and crap.
Yeah, man, headbutted his wife after he got caught cheating.
That's not his wife. He was engaged to her though. They were gonna get
No, they
married,
were
but
married.
that wasn't his wife.
They were married.
They were for real.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, they were married for like
Yeah,
two
I'm
months.
gonna look it up. Look it up then.
Yeah,
2 months.
I'm telling you, I'm
Uh,
dead serious. They were married for like 2 months, and he got caught cheating and
that's
headbutted
like
her.
it's like some Kim Kardashian stuff right there.
Yo, leave her
Yeah.
out of this.
No, man, F her too.
Leave her out of this.
She a freaking prostitute, man. Got paid to go take a date? Really? 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 That's called being an escort. Last time I checked.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
exactly.
and
That's
Kanye
what,
okay
that's
with
what I
it.
was about to say. That's some stuff about him too, but it's probably why he's
Hey,
accepting it. But
man,
yeah,
nobody liked him.
except the media and E and all of them.
Well, yeah, because they get ratings off of them.
That they do. That they do.
Um,
Yeah.
all right, I ask y'all this: how y'all think Andrew Wiggins is going to do this year with LeBron on the team?
Ooh, we get in the NBA. We can do that.
I like
Y'all
it,
want to?
but I
Yeah.
feel like he should get traded, man.
Ooh, what? No. The
Whoa!
Cavs are not
Hell no, dude! You can't trade away your future. What the heck? You
Why
get
not?
roasted on by ESPN for the next 10 years doing that.
Okay, but didn't Kobe get traded from the Hornets to the Lakers?
Because he demanded it, I heard.
Care if you demanded or
He
not.
didn't want to play for the Hornets.
I mean, it's okay. Okay, so you have Waiters, you have Wiggins, you have Irving, you have LeBron, and you have Vergil, and that's gonna win a championship.
Yeah. It's possible. Could happen.
Slap yourself.
You know, Vershao was there
You-
when LeBron was there. Like, he has not moved.
Well,
yes, listen, I know
he
that
was
Vergil was
drafted.
there.
He was
Oh
drafted.
my goodness.
He was drafted by the Magic when T Mac was there, and they like in that year's draft. I think that was yeah, it was the '03 draft. Or was it '04? I think it was the '04
Okay.
draft, and he got traded.
Yeah. So do y'all think that Cleveland can win the championship with the roster that they have right now?
Without Wiggins? Or
Not
with?
now.
No, with
no.
Wiggins. With Wiggins.
Even with Wiggins, no. They need time. They need time to build chemistry.
They need to. Okay, if they build chemistry,
3
and they're
years.
like brothers out there, do you think that this roster can win a championship as is?
With LeBron as their mentor, hell yeah, I think they could win it.
With LeBron as the mentor, what? LeBron ain't mentored nobody. Okay, fine. LeBron is the mentor. Okay, LeBron
He
is
has
mentoring.
championship experience, so why can't he mentor him then?
He has championship experience.
Yes.
Yeah, I know he does. He's what? 2-3, right? Yeah, okay. He's 2-3 in the
2 and 4.
finals. He's 2-3.
Actually 2 and 5 if you want to include the
You telling me that
Yeah,
LeBron
it's
James
two
been to
and
the
five if you
finals?
include Cleveland.
He's 2-3. He ain't been to the finals 7 times.
He's been to the finals 5 times, and
Exactly. So
two
how you
times.
gonna be? Yeah, 2 times he won, 3 times he lost. So he 2-3.
Oh, that's what you mean by that. Okay. All
Oh,
right.
oh yeah. You're right. My fault.
You good? Yeah. But anyways, I mean, is this team better than Indiana right now?
Depending on if it's the first half Indiana or second half Indiana, and if they get Stevenson
Second
back.
half Indiana. Second half.
Hell yeah.
Why?
Especially with Hibbert playing the way he is. Hell yeah. He's the key
Why?
to that team. And if
But why?
he's and if he plays the way that he plays, that young team is gonna run all over him.
Right, because the Cavs, they were like a game out of going to the playoffs with Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
No, they weren't. That's right. Andrew Wiggins is a dominant player. He dominated the college game.
And he's killing it in the summer league too.
I don't know
Yeah.
about dominated, but he had really good moments.
Did he
Because
dominate
when
the
I
college
think
game?
dominant,
Did he dominate the college game?
dominant. When I think dominant, I'm talking about dominating all games, not just some games here and there.
Me too.
There's
I'm
some games
talking
where
about the same thing. So did Wiggins dominate the college game?
no, but
No.
he's young though.
Yeah, he's young. So that's my point. How long does LeBron James have left to play, do you think? He's 30 right now.
10 years.
10 years. So he's going to play till he's 40. Okay. Andrew Wiggins wants to be the second guy on the team.
Are you saying?
I'm asking. I'm asking.
Learning
Do
from
you think
LeBron,
that
hell
Wiggins-
yeah, I would want to be second on the team.
You would want to be second on a team when you're not on a team. Okay? I'm not trying to be mean, but me and you are not on the team. So yeah, me and you, we will be fine playing. I'll be Dwayne Wade to LeBron James. I'll be Scottie Pippen to Michael Jordan. Heck yeah. If I'm a 19-year-old kid and I was the first pick in the draft, I want to be the man. I want to be the Don Dada. I want to be that dude.
But then again, though, if if Andrew Wiggins personally said he'll welcome LeBron to the team, what makes you think he wouldn't want to learn from him to become dominant later on?
Okay, this is what I'm saying. If you guys are saying that this team isn't ready right now, when would this team be ready to compete for a championship? Because you're talking about Andrew Wiggins welcoming LeBron James. LeBron James is the best player in the league right now. Andrew Wiggins is a rookie right now. What about when Andrew Wiggins feels like he should be the top dog? When he feels like he should have the ball in his hands the last seconds of the game? Well, then how would these two guys coexist? Because we're not talking about Dwayne Wade who say, no, LeBron James, you got to be the main guy. Dwayne Wade's mature. Dwayne Wade has been there, done that. You know what I mean? And not to mention that Dwayne Wade's knees are bad. We're talking about a 19-year-old kid who had dreams of being Michael Jordan, not Scottie Pippen.
Well, he's going to have his time. LeBron ain't going to play there forever.
When is he going to have his time?
When LeBron leaves, whatever that means. Or when LeBron, or let's just say this, when LeBron starts to decline, which is maybe in like the next 3-4 years or something.
3-4 years. So then LeBron James is going to want to take a seat back to Wiggins, his mentor.
Yeah, he knows he can't lead the team forever.
Okay. So the Cavs are the best team in the league right now, or within the next 2 years. Within the next 2 years, the Cavs are going to be the best team in the league as is.
Well, I'm not saying.
Well, how you going to win the NBA Finals if you're not the best team in the league?
Well, I'm saying like they need time. In 3 years, I'll say they'll be formidable. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Okay. How do you feel, Livin?
How do I feel? Do I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are the best team in the league? No.
Right now, no.
No. I mean, I would put the Spurs over them. I would put OKC over them. I would put Brooklyn over them because of biased reasons. I would put the Clippers over them.
Well, what about the Heat? Would you even put the Heat over them?
No, because they only have Bosch. Oh, they got Wade too, but I still wouldn't put them over them.
So are the Cavs outside of your bias, outside of being biased, the Cavs are the best team in the East.
Ooh, good enough to get Alexi Ramirez home. Um, Out of my bias, are they the best team in the East? No, the Cavs. No,
Okay. So
because
it
the
would be better. It would be better to keep Wiggins to see if he turns into a star player than to trade him for maybe a current star now.
yes, because you
Okay.
have LeBron for 2 years, and you know that he's leaving after 2 years. Like this is
No,
just
he's not.
basically
He's not.
Oh
And we
no,
can get into
he's
the
not.
contract.
Are you
Yeah, thank you.
serious?
We're gonna get into the contract situation later, but come on.
He's like risking career suicide by doing that.
That's
He's
what I
gonna
mean.
mess
But
his legacy
we're gonna
all the
get,
way up if he does
yeah,
that.
but we're gonna get into the and we're gonna get into the contracts later. But go ahead, Liv, and continue.
um Wiggins needs to learn from somebody. We see it all the time, and this is what Hayato said, and I agree. Like we see it all the time. These star guys come out, and they don't have a mentor to look towards, and they can either go two paths. They can go through the D Wade path and be really good, and then blow out his knee and die, or they could they could go toward the mellow path and be okay, be a star, but never win a championship.
Or they could go the Michael Jordan path, or they could go more. I think it will be more likely for this guy to go through the Kobe Bryant path, in the
That's
Kobe because hear me
I
out.
don't know.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Because Kobe, you could say, was the second fiddle to Shaq, right? Okay, Wiggins second fiddle to LeBron James, or even Kyrie Irving. Even Kyrie Irving, right? We forget that he's still there. You know what I mean? Then Wiggins might feel like he's the best player on the team, and he might force those other two guys out or force his hand, say, you got to trade me, yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? And then let's not forget that the Lakers, after they lost Shaq, they didn't win another championship until, 2011. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, the Lakers were this dominant team, after Shaq left, or when Shaq and Kobe were really feuding after the three championships. You know what I mean? They didn't win a championship until they beat the Celtics. You know what I mean? So, I mean, until they beat Orlando, excuse me. So, again, we don't know. If Andrew Wiggins is really willing to learn from LeBron James and be a team player for a long time, then yes, you keep him. You absolutely keep him. But do we forget that Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady were on the same team? And Tracy McGrady
Yeah,
said, and Tracy McGrady was like, "I want to be the star, so I'm leaving."
Wait, say that again.
that's
Sorry.
Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter were on the same team with the Raptors. They're on the
Yeah,
same team. And
yeah.
Tracy McGrady
yeah.
wanted to be the guy. He couldn't be the guy because Vince Carter was the guy in Toronto. So he decided to leave and
He
go to the
necessarily.
Magic.
I'm sorry, but T-Mac didn't necessarily want to be the star. He just wanted to just wanted Vince Carter to share the star power. He was just sick of being in Vince's shadow.
But that's like the same thing. If you're tired of being somebody's if you're tired of being in somebody's shadow, well then you must want to be the guy. And if you
He
and if,
doesn't
you, if
want
you,
to take over the whole team because I'm pretty sure he
then why did
respected
he?
what Vince Carter's done for the Raptors.
Yo, I mean, I'm trying here. I'm trying, but it's like I'm trying. But if you don't want to be in somebody's shadow, then you must want to be the guy. You must want to be the guy. Because if Tracy McGrady didn't want to be the guy, then why was he averaging 32 points per game after he left Vince Carter and joined the Magic?
He
He was
wasn't
flat
even
out
supposed
balling.
to do that.
He was
He
supposed to do
wasn't
that
even
because
supposed to
he
be
was
the
the
guy of the
guy.
Magic.
He
No, hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm
Well,
hearing you
forget
out.
it. Forget it.
No, I'm hearing you. I'm trying to hear you out.
But no, like
Okay. We're all hearing each other out. Awesome. Go ahead.
what I was gonna say is he wasn't even supposed to be the guy of that team. He was supposed to play second fiddle to Grant Hill. That was supposed to be Grant Hill's team. But since Grant Hill went down, it was all on T-Mac. And that's why he went off and started scoring in big amounts like that.
Okay. All right.
Docky, you ain't gonna give him the okay. Come on, man. Explain what's on your mind, man.
Grant
What's up?
Hill. Grant Hill broke his ankle in Detroit. Grant Hill was not a dominant player anymore. So, in my opinion, if you already know what Vince Carter is doing in Toronto, and you know that he is going to be the quote unquote Michael Jordan of the team, you have to play the Scottie Pippen role of the team, and Tracy McGrady doesn't want to do that, then I can see him thinking to himself, well, Grant Hill was hurt last year. Grant Hill really hasn't been, the same player that he once was. I could kind of be the main guy in Orlando. And that's what happened. Because even when he teamed up with Yao Ming in Houston, he was still the main guy dropping in 30 points per game until he ultimately, when he ultimately blew out both his knees. So to say that Tracy McGrady would have been okay with having it split 50-50, that's not Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady felt like he was the best option on the team, so that's why he was putting up 32 points per game. That's why he was doing it. Because if he didn't want to be the main guy or be the star, then why leave Toronto? Why not share it with Vince Carter? Why not be the Scottie Pippen to Vince Carter's Michael Jordan or whatever? Why not? But in my opinion, I believe that he wanted to be the main guy, just like Kobe wanted to be the main guy. Kobe didn't want to share the spotlight with Shaq. He wanted to be the main guy because in Chicago, we could all tell who was better out of Michael and Scottie. That's why everybody wants to be Michael. Not too many people are okay with being Scottie Pippen. Not too many people could not too many people could do what Dwayne Wade did and say, no, LeBron James, take the reins. Take the reins, be the guy. I'll take a step back. I'll be the second best on the team. You got to take control of this team. You have to be the main guy. And they won 2 championships because of it. Not too many people can do that. So that's what I'm saying. If you have a guy like Wiggins, you have to figure out what type of, mentality does he have. Is he really okay with being LeBron James, second fiddle, even to Kyrie Irving's second fiddle, or is he trying to be the main guy? Because if he's trying to be the main guy, I don't see it happening in Cleveland because I don't think Kyrie Irving's going anywhere. Even though LeBron James only signed a 2-year contract, I believe I know why he only signed a 2-year contract. So he's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? So if Wiggins is going to be unhappy, why not trade it for a veteran guy that wouldn't mind being a Chris Bosh to the team?
So like Kevin Love type of guy.
A Kevin Love, if he's willing, if somebody's willing to play with the Cavs and LeBron James and take kind of a secondary role, then why not?
I'm kind of skeptical on the Kevin Love because he's too injury prone. Like, why would you want to rely on a guy like that?
He played all year last year.
But they're still at risk. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Probably just got lucky last year.
I totally agree with you. Maybe Kevin Love is injury prone, and maybe Andrew Wiggins turned out to be a bust. Who knows?
Who knows? All right, guys. Sorry, Desperate Clock. We have a comment here. It was 5 minutes ago, but we'll get back on this here. Wiggins is going to need to put on muscle to be able to take NBA contact, driving to the rim, and why wouldn't he welcome the best people in the NBA? Okay.
Yeah, as a rookie who won it.
True.
But again, would Kobe welcome LeBron James in, or would there be a little bit of a rift there?
Kobe would never welcome LeBron.
There would be a rift. So I'm saying,
there would be a rift.
Definitely. Yeah, Wiggins is 19, just got drafted. Of course he would welcome the best guy. But when he becomes 21, 22, and he sees his star getting bigger, and maybe he has people in his ear saying, no, you're the best guy. You shouldn't be here. You need to be on a team that's going to allow you to showcase your talents more often and stuff like that because you need to be the star. You should have the shoe deals. You should have this because that type of stuff happens all the time.
Or even after he gets his first ring, if he wins it. Now, I'm not saying he is, but especially after he gets a ring.
Yeah. That was the only point I was trying to make. I wasn't trying to discredit anything that anybody else was saying or anything. I just feel like if the Cavs can't win a championship with this roster, why keep this roster together? You know what I mean? But if you want to dive into the contract situation, living, I'm all well. And
are you ready for this?
I'm down for it because I want to hear your opinion.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. We've been waiting on this. All right, top is 6. Just again, just to recap what we're doing here before we get into this, because I feel like it's gonna be a hot topic here, and some of us have been waiting for this. So 5-3, AL and NL.
Top of the
Again,
six.
if you guys have been with us um, the whole time, or if you joined in toward the middle at the beginning of the show, we talked about Derek Jeter, and we gave our opinions on that. We also talked about the Central and stuff like that. So yeah, so we're still here. We're going to be here for the whole game, talking sports, watching the All Star game in the second annual 2014 live stream. All right, so let's talk about the contracts. So let's start with the big three, guys. Can we start with Chris Bosh? You got a max deal from the Heat. What do you guys think is going on there?
That
You
he
guys like?
got desperate.
Yeah, they needed somebody. They needed somebody with D Wade. If they would
Yeah,
have lost out on Bosch, they would have been the bottom feeders of the NBA next year.
True,
absolutely. Totally
true.
agree.
But Pat Riley is known as being a great basketball mind. How could he let it come to Chris Bosh becoming the face of your franchise?
Well, Chris Bosh isn't going to be the face of the franchise because Dwayne Wade will still be there. I believe Dwayne Wade will still be there. I believe
For
that
2
Dwayne Wade
years.
is going to get a max deal too.
Dwayne
Um,
Wade signed already. He signed a 2-year deal.
oh yeah, well yeah, him and LeBron James wised up. Maybe and again, and we can get into that 2 year deal thing a little bit later. But I feel like Chris Bosh, feels like he could probably be the top dude in Miami because we all see what's going on with Dwayne Wade or whatever. I feel like he couldn't be that guy in Miami because I really feel like Chris Bosh feels like a little bit disrespected because he said that he didn't like when people calling it the Big Two because people kind of like discrediting his talents and his abilities and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I do agree with you, Living, because in Toronto, Chris Bosh, even though he was good, the team didn't fare too well, even though Chris Bosh was a star. So I agree with the money because at the end of the day, in the next 2 years, the salary cap is gonna go up. So they're not really gonna be paying him top dollar. They're paying him top dollar now, but in 2 years, that's not gonna be top dollar.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh. So would you, if you were in charge of the Heat, and let's say that you don't know what we know now, which is D Wade coming back to the
Yeah.
Heat, would you sign um, Chris Bosh, or would you try to get somebody else, or maybe get a trade in there, try to bring in a Kevin Love, who I feel is better than Chris Bosh? Like,
Yeah.
would you try to do something else, or would you say, hey, Chris Bosh, like because at the end of the day, like Chris Bosh isn't the best player on the market.
He,
If you think about market
if
as
you
being
think,
like
if
fin-
well,
If anything, regarding the Cavs, if how would I say this? If I was them, I'd wait until next year and go after Marc Gasol and see what I can
yeah,
muster.
I
I
totally
would
agree with that.
flip on Kevin Love. I want
Yeah,
somebody
no,
that's dependable and endurant, not injury prone like
that's a
Kevin
great
Love.
point. That's a fantastic point right there. Regarding the Chris Bosh situation, it was time was ticking for the Heat because LeBron James was gone. You couldn't trade anybody to the Heat because you didn't have anybody on your roster. Nobody was signed because everybody was free agents. So you couldn't trade to get a Kevin Love or anything like that. And after Melo signed, shoot, Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, they are the best players out there. Was Pau Gasol better than Chris Bosh? I really don't think so. Um, Marc Gasol next year, he's definitely gonna be one of the top free agents next year, definitely. But I feel like Chris Bosh, and again, this max deal is not going to be a max deal in 2 years. You know what I mean? So maybe Miami felt like, we're going to be paying max money for this guy for the first 2 years, but for the last 3 years, it's not going to be that because they're going to have a new TV contract and stuff like that. So there's going to be more money involved. So I could see why they would sign Chris Bosh. And you had to give him max money because the Heat were giving him max money. I mean, excuse me, not the Heat, the Rockets. The Rockets were giving him max money. So if you really wanted Chris Bosh, well, then you had to bring him back at that deal.
um,
Yeah.
okay, let's put ourselves in Chris Bosh's shoes then. Would
Yeah,
we go back to the Heat knowing that you were disrespected there, knowing that you're going to get a lot of flack for it, or would you go to um, Houston where you could be a B2, I guess. Obviously James
yeah,
Harden is the A.
he'll
You
be a
know,
three.
He'd be
Well, now
behind
he'll be a
Howard.
2. Would you really rely on Dwight Howard? I think he'd be a 2.
I think
Who?
it'd be a
But
two.
okay, well, technically this year, Chris Bosh was a two because we saw what Dwayne Wade was doing. You know what I mean? But
That
if
was,
we're talking
yeah.
about the star power and name, Dwight Howard is a bigger name than Chris Bosh. Is he a better offensive player? No. Is he a better defensive player? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're kind of picking your poison with, if he's going to be a B or a C type of player. Um, if I'm Chris Bosh, I go back to Miami to kind of save my legacy. Because to
Ooh.
me, it would mean more in Miami if he can get them deep into the playoffs with him and Dwayne Wade without LeBron. Without LeBron, if he can somehow maybe average 20 points, 10 rebounds a game in Miami and lead them back to the playoffs and lead them maybe to the Eastern Conference Finals, you know what I mean? That would do more for his legacy to kind of cement him as, yeah, he is a future Hall of Famer, because a lot of people are saying, well, no, he played with this guy and this guy. When he was in Toronto, he wasn't that good. If he goes to the Rockets, we already have James Harden. That's going to be the main guy. Dwight Howard is a bigger name as far as basketball players are concerned. So he would kind of still be in that mode as the third guy to, like, Batman and Robin. He'd be like Batboy. You know what I mean? So like at the end of the day, I can see why he would go back to try and like save face, save his legacy, let people know, I am an all-star player, and this is why I can average 10 and 20, or 20 and 10 a game and stuff like that. So if I'm Chris Bosh, I'm going back.
Yeah.
And it's $118 million, and when you already got 2 rings, I'm going back.
Not to mention, you got to keep your wife happy.
Yeah, and the
See his
wife wanted
wife,
to be in
it's
Miami.
like she want the money.
Yeah. And the wife said that she wanted to be in Miami. So
Chris Bosh is married.
yeah,
Yeah.
reportedly his wife and Lil Wayne, had some go arounds too though.
Yeah, there was rumors about her being a little escort.
Yeah, man. She had her fun with a Wheezy.
Oh wow.
Rumor has it. I mean, I don't know these things.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotta stay close to Wheezy because he like being in Miami too.
Yeah. Wow.
Gotta be close to Lil Wayne.
Come by her house. It's
Hold
the
on.
it's the dinosaur room. No, let me come
Yeah.
in there.
Right. Chris Bosh has the opportunity to destroy LeBron's legacy. If he can get to the finals in the next 2 years and win one with Wade, LeBron's legacy is destroyed, because then we'll see that, one, people can say, okay, it's coaching, or two, people can say, okay, it's a system, or it's just the weak East and they get lucky in the finals. So
Ooh.
it's like, if they can do that without LeBron, let's say LeBron goes to Cleveland, they make it to the playoffs as like the 6th seed or something, but they get
Yeah.
knocked out in the second round again for the next 2 years. I mean, from Boch's perspective, he put himself in a win-win situation.
Exactly.
So I like. I mean, I like that he went there. Um, and not to lie, I kind of hope that he does win a championship a little bit.
It's not gonna happen though. I can't see them coming out the East.
Do you see him making the playoffs?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, th- there's no dominant team in the East. You know what I mean? Even if Pau Gasol, can have the same year that he had last year, because he had pretty good stats last year. You know what I mean? He was like a 16-8 type of dude. You know what I mean? If Derrick Rose is healthy, I think the Bulls would be the #1 team, but it wouldn't be so far where like the Cavs, even with the roster as now, couldn't touch him. You know what I mean? Or if the Heat with the Wayne Wade and Chris Bosh couldn't touch him. You know what I mean? Or even Indiana. You know what I mean? And if the Knicks can find somebody, they ain't gonna find anybody. But if they could find somebody to pair up with Carmelo, like my man was saying, if they go out and they get Marc Gasol next year, the Knicks seem like a pretty decent team. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's any dominant team in the East. And that's why I feel like the Heat will still be, in a position to do their thing and have like a deep run, even though they did lose LeBron James. So I think the East is even more wide open than it used to be because Miami was sitting on top throughout the past 4 years.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
hold off on the Bosh. on the Wade and LeBron 2-year thing. Let's
Okay.
talk about Paul Pierce going to the Wizards. You guys like that move? You guys think that he's trying to grasp at straws? What do you guys think here?
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely not the same player. You know, he's not the truth no more. He's a little bit of a lie now. Um, I like the
Or realistic and ancient artifact, but
right. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I'm gonna have to use that one. But I think Washington needed a veteran type of guy. They did lose Trevor Ariza. You know what I mean? Paul Pierce didn't ask for a lot of money, even though he wasn't even gonna get a lot of money. So they still have room in the salary cap to make some moves and stuff like that. Um, and of course John Wall and Bradley Beal are gonna be the guys there. So um, I'm okay with the move. I like it for Paul Pierce if he would just let John Wall and Bill be the guys and let Gortat even be the man, and he is just like really like the third option or fourth option. If
yeah,
he's
not
okay
even
with
third.
doing that, yeah, not even third. If he's okay, being like the fourth option, then it's gonna work out.
Leave that to Gortat because he can produce at a better level than Pierce.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Wizards had a nice playoff run too. You know what I mean? They played very good versus the Chicago Bulls. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. And and nobody really saw them beating Miami. So um, I mean, not Miami. You know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I like John Wall. I like Bill. So I don't know. I
What's
feel
really gonna hurt him though was them letting Trevor Booker walk because he was a nice option off the bench. They gave him energy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see, but again, the East to me is just very wide open. It's hard to predict who's gonna come out, of that conference. So I definitely think Washington's gonna make the playoffs again. I think that they could even possibly be a top four team. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Chicago should definitely be better. I like Gasol way better than I like Boozer. I hope that Derrick Rose can come back healthy because last time he was healthy, he was a MVP player. You know what I mean? So
and then you got to worry about the Pistons too in the East. Like they're gonna be a wild card this year.
yeah. If the Pistons don't make the playoffs this year, then there's a problem. There's a problem. If they don't make the
They
playoffs this
they need to
year,
change the team's name or something.
yeah, man, they
They got a
gotta
little
do
curse
something.
going.
Yeah, man.
Do you think Paul Pierce is one of the most overrated players we've
Of
seen?
his whole career, yes. Right now, no.
No, well, no.
His whole
Yeah.
career.
His
Why?
whole career, yeah. I mean, because Boston was never like a dominant team. You know what I mean? But he was always somebody who put up nice numbers. You know what I mean? But he was covered up by the Lakers dynasty. You know what I mean? He
That,
was
that
he
team
could.
was a beast when Antoine Walker was there the first time. That is.
That's what I mean. Yeah, him and Antoine Walker, it was one of the best, 1-2 punches in the league. But I feel like he didn't get the notoriety until he won that championship with KG and Ray Allen. But then
Yeah.
some people say, well, it took KG and Ray Allen for him to win the championship, which I really don't have a problem with. But I like Paul Pierce's game. And you also have to remember he was never like an athletic dude. So people
Nah.
that have a mid-range jumper, people that can shoot the three decently, they don't get remembered for the guys that can like slam the ball down, slam a jam over the big guys like Kobe, like Michael, I mean, like a LeBron James and stuff like that. Like his game was very low to the ground.
He reminded me of like an old school kind of player.
Yeah, he was definitely old. He as soon as he was
Like
25, he was old. Like seriously.
wow.
Yes, he has a very finesse game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing powerful or athletic about it.
He
No.
just gets it done. It's kind of like
Yeah.
how I think Jordan Adams is going to turn out, but that's a different subject.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about LeBron and Wade's 2-year contract.
It's all about
Um,
the money, baby.
Yeah, the money,
It's all about the
sacrifice it
money.
now for later.
let's
Exactly.
start with LeBron. 2
Yep.
years. When you guys saw the 2 years, what was the first thing that came to your mind?
What is going on?
Yes. And then
That
what
was the
was
first thing that popped in my mind. What is going on? I felt like, how you gonna get anybody to come there if you only get signed a 2-year deal?
so what do you think his big plan is?
His big plan is to get paid. Okay.
He's waiting for
The
the TV deal to get done.
exactly, yeah, exactly. The past 4 years, you could say that he was the lowest paid player on earth.
He outperformed his contract
He,
like
no,
two
he
times.
man, as soon as he signed the contract, he outperformed the contract. You know what I mean? The contract, it was so all three of them could make around the same amount of money. Nobody had a max deal. They still had to sign some other pieces, to the puzzle and to the team and stuff like that. So he couldn't take max money. And it was rumored that if he would have stayed in Cleveland, they would have gave him like $200 million contract. We're talking about Alex Rodriguez type money. So this time around, he wants to make sure that he's going to get paid because he realizes that even though he's still a young guy, even though he's athletic, he is going to turn 30. He is going to be, kind of on the backside of his career. So he
And
needs to, you know what I mean? So he needs to kind of get, his finances straight, even though to me he's rich as heck, but to him he probably doesn't feel that way.
and
So
another thing to add is that this next coming contract after this one is likely going to be his final big contract.
exactly,
He's
yeah.
gonna go out with a bang.
Yeah, exactly. So you sign a 2-year deal now. You don't get tied into the max deal like Carmelo, like Chris Bosh, because in 2 years they're gonna re-up again Dwayne Wade if he can be at least a shell of himself or be a little bit better than a shell of himself. Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, they could possibly make even more than the max deals now because they're gonna sign a new TV deal, and they can have a whole lot more money coming in. So the salary cap is gonna be a lot bigger than what it is now.
Do you think that all that stuff that he was saying about going home and missing Cleveland and this is where my home is that all BS?
Heck no. Because like my man said earlier today, he said if LeBron James leave, he's committing career suicide. He would be the most hated sports figure ever if he leaves again.
But does
If
he
you leave,
care? I mean,
yeah, I feel like he can because why write that letter? Why go meet the owner? Why say all those things just to lie?
And that stuff was heartfult
It
too.
was heartfelt,
You could tell that
exactly.
came from the heart. So for him
Yeah,
to just do something directly opposite of what he typed,
yeah.
like he'll not only be hated, he'll be hurting his brand. He'll lose out on money.
He
Nobody
would.
will want anything to do with
Nobody
him.
would touch him. Nobody would touch him. So I feel like everything he said was true, and I feel like at this point on he's going to retire a Cav unless the Cavs feel like he can't play anymore and he feels like he can, and then he moves on to someplace else. You know what I mean? But as long as the Cavs want him and he wants to play, he should retire a Cavalier. He should. But let
see,
me know how you feel, Liv. I want to know how you feel.
I don't see it that way. I see him playing us all for fools and us, wanting to see the good side in LeBron because there are so many haters out there, and I was one of them, and now I am again. I was a hater. All right, I really hated that guy because
LeBron just can't win.
he can't. Well, not with me because obviously the whole decision. He went to Miami and stuff, and then he wrote this
Gotta
letter
forget it,
and all
baby.
this
Gotta
stuff, and he
forget
was
it.
like, I was stupid back then, and I just needed, and I just wanted to go home, and I wanted to bring Cleveland the first championship in decades and all that stuff, and I was like, nice, LeBron, all right, come back home, and it made me excited, and I was like, you know what, you just got yourself a fan, not a hater, a fan, and then I saw that it was for 2 years, and I was like, all right, LeBron, why are you only doing 2 years? And again, you think, okay, so the money and stuff like that. Um, this is what I think is going to happen. He's trying to get some brownie points with people like me, people who hated him, by going there. But I see right through his lie. He's going there for 2 years. After 2 years,
Paranoid, man.
he's going to go back to Miami. After 2 years, he's going to go back to Miami. And you know what? Wade is obviously going to stay in Miami after 2 years.
Yo,
That's how it's
time
gonna-
out, time out. I know that I was kind of hard on Wiggins, but if you think there's gonna be a better option as shooting guard than Dwayne Wade just smoking, he ain't got no knees now. You think in 2 years his knees are gonna get better? Absolutely not. But go ahead, continue.
No. What I see,
He said Dwayne Wade.
He's gonna be on the
LeBron
defense
isn't going to stay
program
in
the rest
Cleveland.
of his career.
If LeBron really did care about Cleveland, he would have signed like an 8-year deal, and he wouldn't have cared about the money.
First of all, the max is 5 years. He
He
couldn't
always
look.
didn't care about the money
First of
because
all,
he
yeah,
was never the highest paid guy on his basketball team.
exactly. First of all, the max deal for a free agent is 4 years. So the max that he could sign for is 4 years. Okay. So if
He
you're gonna
should have
think
signed
about,
it.
huh?
This
He
dude
should
said,
have signed for 4 years.
He should have signed for 4 years. That would have made you feel better.
Yes, because how old is he? 30 right now.
He has to,
So
yeah, 29 to 30, something like that.
okay, so that
29.
gets him to 34 years
Yeah.
old. All right. So
Yeah.
at the age of 34, we're thinking that he's not obviously not going to be as good as he is right now.
Exactly, and that's why, to my man's point, you sign a 2-year deal while you're still in your prime, and then by the end of your 2-year deal is going to be your last contract where you can get max money. If what you're saying is true living, and he's only going to be good for these next 4 years, right? And he signs that 4-year deal, well then the Cavs ain't going to pay him max money, and then his pockets are a little bit hurting. That's why it makes perfect sense for him to sign a 2-year deal. So when he does re-up again, it'll be for max money because he'll still be that dude.
Okay, so looking in the future in 2 years, you guys think that he's going to stay in Cleveland because he's going to be the most hated guy in all of sports if he doesn't?
Yes, and because I believe him.
It's a great business move for him to stay in Cleveland. Because
Yeah.
if not, he's going to hurt his business tremendously. He's going to ruin his legacy. It's going to be
I'm
all
telling
bad
you.
for him.
I'm telling you, if you think somebody won't egg his house every single day, I'm telling you, his house might not be there. Cleveland will be so mad, his house might not be there no more.
My
He would
mom
have
is
to
having
move.
Molotov cocktails or some crap.
Exactly. He would have, if he leaves Cleveland again, especially after this 2 years. He
He can't
would have
step
to
foot in
move.
Ohio anymore. As soon as
Exactly.
he crosses the Ohio border,
Because-
he'll get
because-
messed up.
Yeah, and because it was bigger than basketball. He was talking about his kids. He was talking about having a daughter and one of his sons and his daughter to live in the city that he lived and grew up in. He talked about bringing the championship to Cleveland, the first one in like 50 years. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just about basketball. It was about the city. It was about his family. So if he leaves after this, where it's not just about basketball. 4 years ago, it was just about basketball. It was just about winning the championship, getting people off his back and stuff like that. So I can see people forgiving him for that. If he leaves this time, it's over. It's over.
And I don't believe he's that stupid to do that.
He ain't that stupid.
That's stupid.
He ain't that stupid.
All right, we're going. I mean, I don't see it. I really see him leaving Cleveland. I mean,
But for Miami though,
For Miami again? Hell no.
yeah.
I mean,
He's gonna be
That would
known
make
as,
it even worse. You left us for Miami again, twice. No.
maybe New York.
he's
What about
gonna be
LA?
known as the basketball version
You know
of a
what?
gold digger. He's only
If he
around for the
leaves-
rings.
Yeah,
And
if he leaves, yeah. See, I'm on the same page with you. If you have to go to the best situation every single time, then it's like, man, you obviously can't be the best player if you have to go to the best situation just to win a ring every single time. But Kobe is gonna be gone in 2 years because he signed a 2-year contract and he's probably gonna retire after the 2-year contract. So I can maybe see a situation where LeBron James goes to LA. I can't see him going back to Miami.
LA will be good for him.
Yeah, because they care about movies and actresses and Kim Kardashian and all that other stuff.
Julie Crowder.
You know what I mean? Cleveland is dying for a championship. Dying.
Okay, well let's talk about Melo then.
Yep.
As Hunter Pence grounds out.
So what
So
is there to talk about with Melo? It's obvious. He just wants the money.
no,
Because, like, he cared about winning.
no. Melo does not go for the money. He goes for where his heart is, and his heart is in New York City.
Ah, whatever.
But LeBron James didn't go where his heart is.
No, because he signed a 2-year deal.
Wow. Wow. But you see, maybe Melo wised up and Phil Jackson was like, you got to sign a 5-year deal because we're going to have to sign some people to help you out.
Maybe.
Because New York doesn't. Because New York, again, I don't know anything about Wiggins outside of what I've seen from college. But Wiggins, again, is the number 1 pick for a reason. You have 4 number 1 picks on your team in Cleveland. You have 4 of them. 4. If you're the Knicks, you have to build through free agency. You have to. So it makes sense for that deal to be done now. And, of course, who's really going to turn on $122 million? So with Melo, it's
But the
about
thing
the
is
money.
that yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yes.
Because I don't know if I cared about winning, and I've been in New York for years, and they've been signing players that we ain't even signing them, like a bunch of players that like
Hey man,
amounted to nothing
Stephon
his whole career.
Marbury.
I
Woo,
would
that was a bad one. Y'all signed Stephon Marbury. I cried.
no when they traded for Steve Francis, I cried. It's like, what the hell
Yeah,
is wrong
Steve
with you
Francis.
guys?
Man,
and Jarrett Jeffries, like what?
when y'all signed Tracy McGrady, I cried. My goodness.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. But I think the Knicks are doing the right thing. You still got Phil Jackson. He's gonna attract some people to come play with him.
He
Derek
might
Fisher
get
is.
into a fight with James Dolan because you know him. He wants.
That's true. I mean, Derek Fisher is just gonna be his puppet. So, you know, that doesn't bother me as much as it used to. Derek Fisher being the head coach, but I
Well,
mean,
not as far as getting players, yeah, but as far as
yeah,
like him coaching, Derek Fisher knows the triangle system by heart, so he
well,
won't.
yeah,
Phil Jackson won't need to do too much with that.
exactly because Derek Fisher is just gonna be his puppet.
Oh, goodness.
But nah, I mean, I think Carmelo definitely, looked at his situation, looked at New York, looked at the money, what I mean, and decided that, he wanted to stay in New York. And he had 120 million reasons why.
I don't ever.
But hey, Living, why do you feel like he stayed in New York? Because of his heart, or
It's
because of Lala?
um, I think.
It was Lala.
I
No,
heard.
it's
I
hard.
heard if you went for Lala, you would have went to L.A. because that's where she
That's
works
true.
and
Yeah,
acts and have an
yeah,
all-season home. So
exactly. LA would have been the spot to go if it was for Lala. And
but
But
they
Lala
would have
from New
clashed with
York,
Kobe.
though.
So
But Lala from New York, though. I guess
yeah, but I
Melo
mean,
is too.
and it's not the
Plus, he
money
was from
either
Baltimore.
because
I don't know.
Melo could have got that money from anyone.
No, he
So
couldn't. No, he couldn't.
yeah, he could have.
No, he couldn't.
Okay, like a couple billion here, a couple billion there doesn't really matter, but he could have gotten that money.
It would
So
have been like 96 million. You sacrificing like 25 mil. Melo about that bread.
how
I
much more
mean,
money you need for one?
Yo, hey, I never been that rich, so I don't know. But when my check says like $500 and then the next week it says like $400, I'm a little bit mad. I want my extra 100. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, I don't know what it's like to be that rich, but I know what it's like to be short. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So hey, maybe my 100 is his 25 mil. I don't know. Because I've never been that rich, so I can't attest to that. But I'm just
okay, but this was on Around the Horn today. Do you think that Melo sacrificed his legacy and championships for the money?
no, because
But I think so because you have to think of it like this: like by the time the Knicks get all the players they want, Melo's going to be old as hell.
but his game reminds me of Paul Pierce's game. Even though Melo is a lot
No.
more athletic. No, don't get me wrong. Melo is a lot more athletic than Paul Pierce, but it's the same type of style where it's hold the ball mid range, one dribble, put the ball up. It's stuff like that. It's not based off it's not based on being an athlete. You know what I mean? It's very very low to the ground, except for when he goes to the rack. So, and the last thing that you lose in the NBA is your shot. So, I totally agree with you though. I feel like he did sacrifice, this year and maybe next year for the money. But who's to say that Phil Jackson can't put the best team together? You know what I mean? In New York, and New York is one of those teams that hasn't won the championships in like 4 decades. Talking about the Knicks, you know what I mean? So if he does it in New York, then that might even boost his legacy if he can do it in New York. Because I think too many people are just worried about this next upcoming season. Like, oh, he needs to join the Bulls this year. He needs to join the Rockets this year. But what if James Harden don't feel like passing the ball? And Dwight Howard still ain't got a post game. Or what if Derrick Rose is always hurt all the time? You know what I mean? Then what?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, I'm not trying to defend him, but I'm just trying to maybe come up with answers to why he did what he did.
Yeah.
Like the only thing I can think of is the money. Like it offered the most
It
money.
all comes back to the money. Nah, I totally agree with you. I do.
Like that's all I can think of because I don't know if it was up to me and I was trying to win. Like I would think about New York's history and then I would probably leave because I wouldn't trust it.
That's true.
Year after year, they say they were going to get better and they didn't. So I'd be like, maybe it's time to try something different.
I can see that.
Okay, so what do the Knicks need to be a contender?
A big man that can score like Marcus Gasol, that'd be perfect.
Or a big man that's defensive and a forward that could score.
And why? I mean, okay, then the Knicks should have gone after Chris Bosh or Pau Gasol even.
But
Chris Bosh wanted to go there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they should have. But you have to remember that Chris Bosh signed around the same time that Chris Bosh signed before Carmelo did. You know what I mean? So maybe Chris Bosh had it set up where if LeBron, because a lot of people are waiting on, LeBron stays in Miami, he goes back to Miami. But what if LeBron stays in Miami, Chris Bosh goes to Houston? Because we also what happened, LeBron left, he goes back to Miami. You know what I mean? So maybe New York was never in the cards for Chris Bosh. You know what I mean? And Gasol, I like Gasol on the Bulls because the Bulls have some other pieces, especially if Derrick Rose is healthy. You put him on the Knicks, he has to be the main guy. And with his skill set, deteriorating, it's not the same.
Okay, so let's talk about the Bulls then. Obviously, getting Pau Gasol, but they already have Boozer, they have Taj Gibson, they have Noah. Who are you starting as your big men?
If I could add on what you guys said last, it would have made sense for Pau Gasol to go to the Bulls because their plan was to go after his brother next year, so they're gonna have that Twin Towers lineup for the front court and be set. That was their plan.
Yeah. If I could play GM for the Bulls right now, I would probably try to trade Boozer.
Right away.
Right away.
For who?
Because for a draft pick at this point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fit anybody. It could be the water boy. You know what I mean? I'm just sure. It could be anybody at this point. Because Boozer was a lot better in that Jerry Sloan, pick and roll type of offense. Hang on, wifey calling. Y'all continue. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
What about you, Hayato? Who would you have in your starting lineup for the Bulls?
It would be Joakim Noah at center, obviously.
Yeah.
Pau Gasol, because he can score. He can score still. And I'd have the rookie Doug McDermott. He looked like a really good all-around player, according to what I've saw so far for the summer league. And then I'll have Jimmy Butler at shooting guard and Derrick Rose at point guard. And the reason why I say Doug McDermott because so far it looks like he could do a lot more than Mike Dunleavy, who the other small forward they have.
But Doug McDermott is more of a power forward.
No, I mean in college he was a small forward. He's definitely tall and big, but he's definitely agile enough to get to the rim and stuff like that. And his perimeter game definitely makes him a 3 in my opinion.
Yeah, if he played the 4, he would get devoured big time.
Yeah, exactly, because he's not tough. He's a Caucasian Boozer. But yeah, I would trade Boozer. I like Doug McDermott. You know what I mean? I like this because if Derrick Rose is healthy, you have a lot of people that can shoot. You know what I mean? You got Dunleavy, whether he comes off of the bench or starts. You got Doug McDermott, whether he comes off the bench or start. You know what I mean? But Derrick Rose driving and kicking and stuff like that.
Got Snell off the bench. Can't dispel him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Snell. I like Snell's game and stuff like that. Also, Taj Gibson. I think he can definitely. I think if it's up to me, my starting 5.
They re-up Heinrich. He can shoot.
Yeah, I mean, if it's up to me, my starting 5 for them would be D Rose. At the 2, it would still be Butler. At the 3, I would like to start Doug McDermott, but I'd probably go with Dunleavy to start the season. 4 would be Pau Gasol, and 5, of course, would be Noah. And then I'll be bringing Taj Gibson off the bench as like my 6th man, and of course Heinrich would be like the 7th man off the bench. And Boozer, he would be playing in the D League somewhere for whoever. Yes, man,
come on, man, you can't do that to Booze.
I like Boozer, and I like Boozer because Because you know me, I'm a diehard Warriors fan. That's like the only basketball team outside of Chicago that I really root for. And I root for Chicago more so because of my memories of Michael Jordan and stuff like that. But we had the hardest time stopping Darren Williams and Boozer. That was the one team in the West that we could never beat. Never beat.
Same
Outside
here
of the
when I was
Lakers.
a Rockets fan. I couldn't stand that team.
Yeah, exactly, man. D. Will, that pick and roll with Boozer, it was almost unstoppable. So I love the
Not
move
to
with
mention,
Boozer. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I just got to add this. Those
Yeah.
3-pointers from McCurry. Man,
Yeah. Because he
he
could
used to get
step
a
out.
lot of big shots.
Yeah, he could step out and hit that three as a center. You know what I mean? So you had those three players, and Boozer was like the key because he could rebound, he could be tough in the post, the double team, kick it back out to D. Will, kick it to or Core, excuse me. And at the end of the day, I love the move when he left to go to Chicago because I'm thinking that's what Chicago needs. They need a power forward and stuff like that. But as soon as I seen him get dunked by LeBron James, it was over. It was over. It was over because I'm like, you are just as big as LeBron. And it wasn't like Yao Ming getting dunked by Kobe. You know, Yao Ming is 7'5", stiff, can't move like a Kobe Bryant can. And he actually went after the dunk and missed. Boozer jumped. He saw that LeBron James was going to stay in the air a little bit longer than he was. And he curled up. And after that moment, I was done because his offensive game isn't what it used to be. And I'm like, you sorry. So if I'm Chicago, I'm trying to trade him.
Okay, we have a comment here from Desperate Clock 9.
ASAP.
So his starting five for the Bolts would be Rose, Butler, McDermott, Gasol, and Noah. So exactly like yours, Dawkins.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because again, I think Doug McDermott. I think definitely Doug McDermott. He's I think off of what I've seen of him, he's definitely going to be in the starting lineup. I might wait maybe a couple of months into the season before I do it, but I definitely love his game.
He's like that a pretty nice IQ guy. He could do it all, but his most his skill that he's going to contribute the most is that shooting. So I get what you're saying, but I would likely start him immediately just so that like he can get used to the game faster.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Let him go through his rough patches, and then he'll get good towards the playoffs.
Do you think that he is in the best possible situation out of all the draft picks?
Absolutely, because one, he's already a household name for doing what he did in college, and he doesn't have to be that guy right off the bat. You know what I mean? If D Rose comes back as we hope that he can, he's going to be one of the main, offensive weapons, if not he will be the main offensive weapon, but Butler's very capable, you know what I mean? Noah at times, is very capable and stuff like that. So he doesn't have to be the guy right off the bat. So I definitely like his situation more than the more high-profile rookies going in.
Yeah. What about like Parker in Milwaukee? He's the star now.
Yeah, he's probably in the worst situation.
Like they don't have anybody else.
Yeah, they have nobody else. Because he has no mentor, he has no second guy. You know what I mean? There's nothing there.
His dad mentored him, and he was in the NBA, so he already has that NBA level professionalism and presence about him.
Yeah, but on the court, he can't pass the ball to his daddy. You know what I mean? So,
all right.
You know what I mean? Right. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, Milwaukee was the worst team by far. It wasn't even close. Man. And I hope that Parker can turn out to be an absolute stud because that would do a lot for Milwaukee. Hopefully they can maybe build a new arena or move the stadium next to Green Bay. That would be nice. You know what I mean? To maybe keep Parker there because, I'm rooting for this kid, but history shows that Milwaukee trades away their star players. They trade away Ray Allen, you know what I mean? And Robinson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he left. You know what I mean? So Oscar Robinson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar brought you guys the only championship. You know what I mean? And it's for a reason. And
you guys, that's not my
team. Or if you really want to be technical, his name was Lou Alcindor.
But he was with y'all before he was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
He was freaking Cassius Clay before he became Muhammad Ali. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I'm pulling for the guy. I hope that Milwaukee can like turn themselves into a playoff contender. I think it's always cool to see teams that you don't expect to be in the playoffs to be there. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
My man, Captain Obvious. Love these commercials.
Captain.
Captain Obvious. I love these commercials. Mm-mm-mm.
So nasty. Oh man.
What's going on with that All-Star game, by the way?
Um.
The AL's up, right? I believe it's the AL that's up.
Yep. The AL is up. We're in the top of the eighth right now. Um.
And they got everybody who needs some money in this movie.
That's man. I mean, that's it. Like I'm not gonna.
Everybody who needs some money.
Everybody who needs some money is in that movie. The Expendables 3, they had Antonio Banderas. I believe I saw Wesley Snipes. You know he broke.
Yeah, especially after the government took all his money.
Yeah, man. He wasn't paying his taxes, so you know they had to come get him.
They're like,
Look at him.
hold on, snatch and go to jail.
Yeah.
I'm liking this, guys.
Yeah, I'm liking this too. You see it? Got the A's
Is
all
it Ronda
together.
Rousey in it too?
How many ain't got Cespedes in this thing though?
Oh yeah.
They racist living. My man, Doolittle.
That was real cute, guys.
They could have had Cespedes there though. I know he's clean shaved. But
Yeah.
Why is Eric Abar in this? Is he any good?
I don't know. I don't think he. I mean, he's okay. I guess he's having a pretty good year. I suppose.
Starlin Castro.
Yeah. I mean, the Cubs are. I mean, he was just the only guy that the Cubs could put in there.
oh, that's crazy.
But I remember those days, man. The A's only put like one player because they had to. You know, like the team, they had to pick an A, so they picked like a pitcher or
Oh
something.
no, they got two Cubs though.
They threw Rich Harden in there. No, I'm kidding.
Yo, are there empty seats there? What is going on? The heck is going on?
Times are tough, man. Not everybody could afford tickets to the All-Star game.
But it's always in like the rich seats though, because those seats cost money right there. Empty.
Nah, but like bleacher, like not even bleacher, like upper deck were like $300.
Yeah, that's
yeah, I
an
know
All-Star game. Everything's get overpriced in the All-Star game.
But that's so expensive. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
man, we were gonna get tickets to the Seahawks-Niners game on a Thanksgiving night, and for both of us to go, it's gonna be like close to $1,000.
You can pay rent with that money. Are you
No,
serious?
trust me, I know. Trust me, no, I just paid rent. Trust me, I know. And we might still do it though. I was like, man, I ain't trying to pay that much.
You gonna set aside your tax return money for that or something?
Yeah, nah, we already blew that. I already spent that. Hey, man. I never loved my kids so much until I got that return. I was like, oh, thank you, baby. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Tax day was a beautiful day. It's one of the best days of my life.
Only 6 months away.
I know, right? 6 months away, and we get another one.
Yeah.
Sure, we might even get more this time. I love it.
Have another baby, man. Keep them coming.
Heck,
Well,
no, I ain't
actually,
doing
there's
that. No.
that one thing that's gonna take your money if you don't got health insurance. What's that thing called that the government got out?
Yeah. I saw
Obamacare.
that. Yeah.
That sucks, man.
Dude, that sucks. I'm sorry. That sucks. I'm so sick of that shit. And like, you pay that and like the one that I'm with, like they don't send me any bill, and then they send me like an overdraft fee and shit. And I'm like, you didn't send me a bill. Like, how am I supposed to pay this? And like, oh, sorry, we tried calling you. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
They're just trying to troll you.
They're trying to scam me, man. I hate it. I hate it. Ugh.
You know, it definitely sucks. It sucks. Definitely sucks, but gotta do what you gotta do, man.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Because they ain't taking my taxes. F the government. Obama gonna be the last person to touch my taxes. Player. I earn this money. You need to go somewhere.
Hey, be careful. He might show up at your doorstep and be like, "Want to bet?"
Man,
Yeah,
he ain't showing up at my door.
This
He
is
ain't
live.
showing up at my door.
This is live.
Man, he be the
Gotta
last
watch
one to show up
it.
at my door. Man.
Watch what we say out here. I would hate to be a Cubs fan. Like, that's got to be the worst.
100 years and going with nothing.
That is so sad.
And because of that, it like no free agents want to go there. It's like there's nothing there.
Yeah, well, that's why they definitely got to build through the draft. Definitely.
But that takes too long.
It does, but I mean, they would have been doing their job for the past 100 years. They might be somewhere.
Not to mention all their prospects. Once they get good, they're probably gonna want to get the hell out of there.
But now they do a good job in the draft and get some better players.
Yeah, that's what they gotta do.
You know what I mean? So I mean, the Cubs, and they could definitely turn around because I did find who was it? They had Woods and Pryor on the two pitchers. So
Injury prone as heck, man.
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying now. My goodness, I'm not saying now. I'm
No,
saying
even back then.
Yeah, but nobody. Okay, they were injury prone as soon as they got injured. I get it, but they were two studs. They were two studs. So what I'm saying is possibly they can find guys like that who are not injury prone through the draft and build their team that way.
Good luck.
Right.
Gotta have faith, man.
They
Gotta have
do
faith.
that big star signing. You know, they need that star.
A lot of people forget that the Packers sucked for decades.
Not for 100 years.
They also had history.
Football
They
been around
won
for 100 years.
the first Super Bowl. They won Super Bowl 3, 5. What else?
No, I mean they won. I mean they were winning heck of NFL championships before the Super Bowl exists. But then like the 70s and the 80s, they sucked and they lucked up when they found Brett Favre. So it's possible. I know it's harder in baseball, but it's possible.
They lucked up when they traded for him. You mean?
Yeah, when they found him, when they traded him, when the Falcons were willing to let him go, they lucked up. Because it was like they traded somebody substantial to get him.
Yeah.
They literally traded their water boy to get him.
Why was I not invited to this?
Invited to what? What's wrong?
Ah, stupid Pepsi. Should have given me a call. I would have been there. Oh, man.
So if you guys had to pick right now, who you feel will be going or be representing both leagues in the World Series?
Ooh, World Series.
Man, that's tough. Especially right now. Falling
Yeah,
in.
nah.
I don't know.
I mean, like we said at the beginning of this, we want to say the A's because they had the best record, but no one's going to say that.
I already
You
said
gotta-
the A's.
You gotta wait to see like what team's gonna have meltdowns and all of that.
I know that it's
this-
just for conversation. That's all.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's hard to tell right now because so many teams are doing well. So you can't really answer that.
Yeah, right now I'd say from the NL, because I don't know about the AL, but the
AL's
NL.
gonna be the A's, so that's a done deal.
Just like that, huh?
It's the A's, man.
The
Gotta
NL.
have faith, man.
I'm going to have to go with the Cardinals.
So we got the A's and the Cardinals. I like it.
The Cardinals gonna win the war, huh?
Yeah, they're gonna win, man. I mean, the Brewers looked so good at the beginning of the season, and we were like, everyone around here was like, man, this is our year. This is gonna happen. Gallardo was pitching out of his mind. Loesch was going crazy. Braun was back, and then we just fell off. And then yesterday we freaking lost to St. Louis, and we got tied. We won today, but it's like, man, it's just something about the Brewers that I just don't trust. And St. Louis, at the end of the day, they are champions, and
Yeah.
they're a great team. Great pitching, great hitting, great coaching. Can't get any better team out there.
Yo, man, the Seattle Mariners have the most ghettoest pitching staff in the world, man.
I know.
This dude in Hernandez with the hat sideways every single outing. I'm like, what is going on, man? They got the earrings in, hat cocked to the side.
Hey, y'all said baseball didn't have any swag. They're just trying
Man,
to add
that
to
ain't swag. That's straight thuggery.
it.
That's like, try too hard fake swag.
Yeah, exactly. Like you, man.
Like, there's no need for all that. Like,
Look at
it's
that.
just ridiculous.
He look like a skinny Rick Ross.
Oh,
Goodness, man. That's funny.
You know who I'm surprised to see? And I don't know if I don't think he's injured. Um, um, David Wright from the Mets.
I haven't seen
Surprised he's not here.
The biggest all-star loser, Jeff Samardzija. That sucks.
That sucks, man. I mean, he's here. He's there, but yeah.
Can't play. Yeah. I don't know why they would have a rule like that in there. It's not their fault.
Yeah. Another person I'm shocked is like Evan Longoria. Like, he's been here so many years, but Josh Donaldson took his spot. Mauer from the Twins.
What happened with him?
I don't know. I have to look it up, but I think he's just not having a good year. But I could be completely wrong about that. Exactly sure, but I think it's.
Speaking of Evan Longoria, it has me thinking about somebody else. What the hell happened to Carlos Pena? He used to be a home run machine.
Where is that guy? Carlos Pena. You're right. Where is that guy? I don't know where he is. He's gotta be somewhere. Those names are like make a flash in the pan, but they kind of fade off in the obscurity. Like Josh Reddick. We should cut him. We don't need him anymore.
Yeah, he's been borderline okay and sexy. Like he hasn't raised the bar at all. But you never know. He's probably gonna be like one of those second half breakout stars or something. You just never know.
See, that right there, that's so unnecessary, Rodney. Just get off the field.
You see his little walk? Yeah. I'm here now. Yeah, I'm here now. Yeah, what you gonna do?
What's up?
Yeah, what you gonna do? I'm here now.
Yeah, those were my homeboys on 85th. No need for that.
This is for a little tutu on the corner at the corner store.
Right.
That's hilarious. He said those for my homeboys on 85th.
And international though?
Man, after this game, I'm gonna pour out some liquor for my homie.
For my homie. Yes. Okay. So we have a comment here. Hold on. Okay. So this was 9 minutes ago, but shows I'm not really looking. Okay. You know what's really bogus? The postseason is now on Fox 1. # unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. It used to be on Fox. And then it was on Fox and TBS.
Yeah, it was on Fox and TBS. TBS was worse than Fox 1.
Yeah, what happened? Why is it getting relegated to freaking Fox 1?
What the heck, TBS though, man? Like, when has TBS been a good channel?
Yeah, well, I know that TBS used to do like the Braves games. It still does. So.
They used to have those the highlights with the '90s music.
Music has a lot to do with it, man. Music makes the show. You know, it's all about the intro, man. Yeah, but it goes back to what we've been talking about this whole stream. Like, baseball is dying at the end of the day, and people don't care about it as much as they did. You know,
I don't think it's dying. It's not growing anymore.
not growing. Yeah, true.
Maybe everyone's broken all of the modes that baseball has to offer. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna take like the guy that's like breaking all the records to come to get people interested again.
Do you see Fox giving the postseason to Fox Sports 1 because they're trying to promote that?
Mm, no, I think that Fox feels like the diehard baseball fans will watch it, but nobody else will. And you know in the fall a lot of new shows come out, so they probably feel like a new show or a series, that's gonna come into like the second or third season will get them better ratings for Fox. And those diehard baseball fans, they're gonna find Fox One and they're gonna go watch it anyway. So why sacrifice getting ratings from another show that you're gonna postpone to have the World Series there, or not the World Series but the playoffs, when you could have both things going on?
True. I want to encourage just for clock, man. Great observation. Great topic. Keep posting them, man. Posting those things. Oh man, it's been a long week, man. It's been a long week. And what is it? Tuesday? Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez. Oh, Jimmy Graham got paid. What was it? $40 million.
Yeah, something like that. He's the highest paid tight end.
Yeah, that's good for him.
It's well
He was trying to
deserved.
get paid like a wide receiver. It was like, what was up with that?
It was his franchise tag. The Saints were trying to give him a franchise tag, and if you get franchise tagged as a tight end, you get like 7.5 mil. If you get franchise tagged by as a receiver, then you get like 12.8 mil.
Yeah.
But he signed his long-term deal, so both parties should be happy. He's getting 10. Because I said that he was probably gonna get 10 years per year, somewhere between 8 to 12 million per year, and he got that. He got 10 per year. It's a 4-year, $40 million deal.
Yeah.
All
What
that
do you? Go ahead.
I was gonna say all that holding out. You gotta hope that he actually his performance actually lives up to his contract.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely, but as you said with like LeBron James, Jimmy Graham definitely outplayed his current contract because he was on a rookie deal and he was like a
Oh,
late round draft pick. You know what I mean? So he definitely outplayed his current contract. But I totally agree with you.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you guys think about Parsons going to the Mavs and going off in the mouth about how Houston didn't consider him like a building block for the future, and he thought that he was the third best option and all that stuff. Third
That's good
star.
for him.
good because they sure
Yeah,
didn't
good for him.
think highly of him. Even he was ticked off after that. It's like, why are you looking for people and I'm right here? If you don't think that I'm the guy, well screw you. I'm gonna go to the Mavs anyways. You think that I'm worth
Yeah,
something?
exactly. I like it because let's be honest. Chandler Parsons is a better offensive option than Dwight Howard is.
Oh.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, for as much
See, this is
money and for as good as Dwight Howard is, for being in the league 10 years and you still ain't got a post move, I'm done with you. How you in the
all
league for
put back.
10 years and you ain't got a post move, man?
I mean, it's hard to develop, man.
10 years.
Even Amari Stoudemire developed an offensive game, and he wasn't like that early on in his career.
Yeah, and I hear both y'all, but I'm gonna just focus on Dwight Howard. You are a professional basketball player. For you not to have a post move after being in the league for 10 years, that's not okay.
Cespedes needs to go deep here.
No jump shot, no nothing. Like nothing really improved about him.
Nothing.
I mean, his
Free throw
out
hasn't
there,
improved.
but
Jump shot ain't improved. He like my goodness. As soon as he loses his athletic ability, he's done.
he's gonna be like Hakeem Olajuwon his last year.
He's 40. Cespedes, old head. um, yeah, he is a better scoring option, Chandler Parsons, than Dwight Howard. Definitely agree with you on that one.
And not only that, he was an all-around performer. Like he gave you rebounds, he gave you assists, gave you a little bit of steals and blocks. It's like the perfect guy. He just gave him away and signed someone that you didn't want at first. And not only that, he's older.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. I like Chandler Parsons' game.
Like he was the perfect guy for that team. I don't think Trevor Ariza is gonna replace him. In fact, I think his performance from last year was just because like it was his contract year. Just saying.
Yeah, and John Wall was freaking balling out.
That too, yeah.
Because again, I believe again Chandler Parsons was really the third option. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Well, I mean, in terms of small forwards, as it looks like Chapman hurt himself there. In terms of small forwards, I mean, where would you rank Chandler Parsons?
Wow, that's a good question.
I would say close to. Screw it, I'm just gonna say it. I would say top 10, not top 5, but top 10. Maybe
Yeah, definitely top 10. But I would even push him up to close to top 5.
I would say 6.
Because
I don't know about top 5. That's stretching it a little too much.
Okay, well,
who are they?
definitely have KD, right? You definitely have LeBron James. Will we label Kawhi Leonard as a small forward?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, so then we got Kawhi Leonard. He's probably third right now.
Carmelo Anthony, right?
Carmelo Anthony, definitely. Yeah, okay. Then would you put him over Andre Iguodala or no?
Yes.
I know you would.
What you trying to say? But yeah, I would too.
Okay. So Andre Iguodala would be 5 or 6?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Okay. So yeah, I would definitely have him in the top 5, probably 6. You know what I mean? Probably around that 6 position.
Are we missing somebody?
Let me think.
From the
Yeah.
I don't think so. The Clippers don't really have anybody at small
You gotta
forward.
wait for. Well, what about All right, here's the perfect guy to compare. Like, is he better than Gordon Hayward?
Yes. Yes. I don't know why. I don't even know why people are entertaining him getting a max deal. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
No way.
Well, he's a similar player to Parsons, but like
Yeah, I mean,
I was just saying, like, is he better?
Parsons. Similar, yes, but no way better. They definitely have a similar style, but outside of that, heck no.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason why people are talking about giving him that max deal is because of, like, the potential thing, you know? He has a potential.
How am I supposed to wait for potential, man?
But hasn't he been in the league for 3 years or something?
Yeah, he's been in the league at least 3 years.
Almost beat Duke. I can't believe I said that, but yeah, he's been around there for 3 years, and I don't know if you could necessarily say that he's improved. He had around the same stats to me.
Yeah. Would you take Trevor Ariza over Parsons?
The Rockets sure did, but I don't know. No, because Parsons is young and he still has a little bit of potential left.
Okay, what about Vince Carter?
What?
Vince Carter's good, man.
At 37? Nah.
Yeah, Vince Carter's good. He can still shoot. He can still drive. He can dunk on occasion. His defense is okay.
Yeah, it's decent, not great.
I mean, if I had to choose who to, like, okay, if I had to pay more money to keep Parsons for a long-term deal, like 4 years, or give a 2-year deal to Vince Carter for whatever, like I would choose Vince Carter.
Over Parsons?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, are you kidding me?
Wait, and you're calculating like the money and all that.
yeah, the money, the years.
You saying like if you couldn't
So-
afford Parsons, like you just that'll be your backup plan to sign Vince Carter.
Like, okay, so you're gonna give 2 years, let's say, to Carter. You're gonna give 4 years, or let's say 5 years. Well, 4 years. 4 years to Parsons.
Yep.
I would choose Vince Carter.
So if you were the Mavs, you would have picked Vince Carter instead of going after Parsons.
Yes.
I would have gone after Parsons for the sole fact that like he's still young and he can still get better. Vince Carter, he is what he is, and since like while you've had some good runs in the playoffs with him, like you haven't really gone anywhere, so maybe it's time to try something new. That's why I would choose Parsons.
Who the hell is Josh Harrison? Who is this?
Josh
Yeah.
Harrison, he's a super utility guy for Pittsburgh.
Are
Plays
you
all
kidding
kinds
me?
of positions for him. He's been good too. Yeah. I can see why he made it.
Get out of here. When are we bringing
been
these
playing-
old guys to the
basically-
All-Star game?
Basically, he's played all the positions when Starlin Marte was out or whoever else is out. Because I think they went through a stretch this season when some of the people were injured.
But a utility guy?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Donaldson is there, right?
But he's not a utility.
I'm just joking.
I don't know. All right, guys. Here we go. Last out of the All-Star game, possibly.
Was Jeter there as like a DH or something? Like,
Nah, he started again. He had
Yeah,
two.
he made a great stop. It wasn't an
Yeah.
out. It was a good play.
Yeah, he
Oh.
made it. He made an almost web jam, and then his first at bat he got a double.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he had a solid All-Star game.
Yeah. So, okay, to wrap it up, what do you guys think about this All-Star game? Did you like it? You guys, what are your guys' final thoughts on this?
Well, me, I always like the MLB All-Star game because, again, out of all the major sports, All-Star game is the realest to the actual action. It's like a actual game. So I liked it. The fact that it was Derek Jeter's last one, it meant a lot for me seeing it being a Derek Jeter fan. So I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, me too. I enjoy watching it. Like you said, it was cool to see Derek Jeter go out on top, at least in terms of the All-Star game festivities. I liked that he got a standing ovation when he got taken out. And I also like the fact that they didn't keep him in the whole game because they definitely could have, you know.
Yeah.
But they didn't like cater to him, and I think that's something that Derek Jeter really likes because he always says that he never calls himself the greatest of all time, or a great player. He just basically does what he does. He goes to work every day and he just plays. So it was great to see that from him, and yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely balling when Mariano Rivera took the field last. You know, and we'll see what happens when Derek Jeter takes the field last in New York. So it will be a day.
Yeah, it was definitely a nice All-Star game.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, guys. Well, thank you everyone for watching, for stopping by. Thank you, Hayato, for joining us, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for stopping by, my dude.
Yeah, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Desperate Clock 9, big shout out to you, man. Thank you for hanging with us. Your last comment, AL wins. Yes. Yes, so what do I win for calling that? Bragging rights, I guess?
No.
Because they already got bragging rights in terms of that Madden boy.
You even have Madden 25? That's for another day, though.
That's for another day. All right. Again, thank you guys so much for stopping by. And if you missed anything, as soon as it's done processing, you can go back and rewatch it. I will try to find some highlights in this, and I'll post those on my 1150 channel. Again, we are here every Thursday for a much shorter show, usually about an hour, something like that. Um, every Thursday, 6:30 Eastern Time, 5:30 Pacific Time, and 5:30 Central Time, and 3:30 Pacific Time. We are here every Thursday. It was a great All-Star game, the second annual one, and we'll have to make it a little bit cooler for the third one. We'll see what happens next year, but looking forward to the next half of the season. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to say before I?
Now, just thanks for everybody watching. Left a comment. It was a fun time to be here next year. Same time, same place. I'm
We'll be,
Lumen 510, and I'm out.
we'll be here same time, same place.
Wow.
Yo, what's up, yo? It's your boy, Jen. Oh, okay, no, I'm just kidding. I'm out here, man. I don't want to start beefing.
That's
Nothing.
copyright infringement.
I don't want to start beefing. Hey, guys, it's Sunbar Snack Bar here.
Oh my God, he's going
All right.
bad.
Oh,
It's
How you guys
time to
doing?
end this.
Really?
It's time to end this.
All right, guys. Again, thanks for watching. I'm out of here.